Hi.
Whoa!
Hi.
How is everybody? Oh my gosh, how is everybody doing?
I'm feeling pretty sexy, but you know, how are you doing?
Hey,
Welcome to the
that's a-
Dapper D's.
Hey, buddy, how's it going?
It's going well. It's going well. I'm Dippy,
I'm Dadley.
And I'm Dono.
and welcome to the Dapper D's, the only show that has been running for a year.
Well, that's
it's
not
the only
true.
one. It's the only one.
Yeah.
There isn't a single
With these
other
three
one that has been
fellows.
running for more than a year. These three dudes that you are seeing before you have been doing this for a year now.
These guys.
And we're not any more professional.
No, we're not. It's terrible.
We haven't
Exactly.
learned shit.
We haven't
Mhm.
learned anything. We haven't made any growth. Actually, that's not true. I mean, we'll talk about that, but like, you
Mhm.
know, this is the 1 year anniversary of the Dapper D's, guys.
It
We
is.
It would be the 1 year anniversary of the podcast too, but somebody lost that episode. So,
It happens.
It happens. That episode, I don't know if that episode will ever see the light of day,
It
but
shouldn't. I can tell you that.
it definitely shouldn't. You know, because that's kind of the reason why the first episode of the Dapper D's in and of itself is lost too, because it was not a great episode. It was basically a practice run for how we run the Dapper D's nowadays, and it was not that good. For those of you who are curious, Dono played Enter the Gungeon, and me and Dadley talked.
Yep, that
Because
was,
there was
yeah,
no
that was
way
the first
there
episode.
was no way for us to contribute to playing Enter the Gungeon.
I mean, doesn't Enter the Gungeon actually have a 2-player mode?
It does, I think. We could try to play Enter the Gungeon again at some point. because
I
have
haven't
as
played
well.
it since we did that.
And
So-
I haven't either. So it would
so
be
it would
great.
just be absolutely terrible. But there are a
Oh
few
my
games
gosh.
that I've been looking at, and some of them
Oh,
that
yeah.
are free that look like a lot of fun. I also found a game that
Absolutely.
Dippy, I think you would like to play. But yeah,
Oh,
yes, I'll have to
Wha-
find it again because I sent it to myself. But
okie dokie then.
or it's in our saved in Instagram. But
Hmm.
it was like a group of 3, and it looked like 3 games that each one of us would like to play.
Oh, there you go. So yeah, this is the 1 year episode, and as such, this is gonna be a little bit more of a looking back as ourselves on what we've done with the show so far, what we've liked, what we haven't.
What we want to change, what we want to do.
That kind of stuff. I have the list of future episodes in front of me that we can kind of like.
I know Dono can't hear, but oh my god, that hair flip he just pulled off.
Oh my god,
I'm going
what
to
a
Twitch just to watch it
good
again.
looking hair flip. And we could do like a live pair down of this future episodes list, because I got a lot of ideas that I don't know if I actually want to do at this point. I
Same.
don't know.
Actually,
yeah.
I think I already cleaned out my list of ideas because there were a couple I took out.
I in the episodes ideas list on the Discord.
I know for a fact. Here, I'll pull.
Yeah, we'll just so this is what we're gonna do
there's
for
a-
the first
Yeah,
part.
there's a couple I took out. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is what we're just gonna do for the first part here. We have our future episodes on a giant list of
Which also, if anyone in chat is ever like, "Oh my god, this will be a fun Dapper D's episode," let us know. We're
yes,
always up
please
for
let us know if you have an idea for like an internet.
Please,
like a
we're
website
dying
you
for
want us-
ideas.
and
No, we're
if you have ideas for like a website that we could interact with, or like a service that you want us to take a look at, or a game you want us to play, please tell us, because we are more than happy to take suggestions for episodes that we can do over this next year. There's going to be a whole year's worth of them, and this is like, but for now we kind of have this trichotomy between the three of us, where we all have our
have
own
our
individual our niches of what we like to do for episodes. So my list is full of like for lack of a better way to put it, quote unquote internet experiences, because
Yes.
I would put forth like the ideas for the Wordle clones and the will you press the button and all that kind of stuff like that. So in the future, I want to do would you rathers, like, because a logical progression from will you press the button is would you rather, and we have never done a would you rather episode.
Oh wow, I didn't. Even
I
realize
can't
that.
even believe we haven't even done Would You Rathers on a podcast. We haven't done it as its
Huh.
own episode. We haven't done it as a podcast. We need to do Would You Rather as its own episode. I don't know if there's like the best website for it. To do Would You Rathers would be. Oh God. I just read the suggestion for
I'm so down for horror games. I'm very down for horror games.
oh God. The Forest would be such a long playthrough of episodes too.
would.
You don't even realize.
I would love to play The Forest with you guys.
Oh God. All right. I'll add it
I'm
to
not
the
like a
list.
big one of like survival games, but like I've seen that one. It's just like, oh my God, we'd have so much fucking fun.
The
I
scariest
will
game I
add a
play is
new
Minecraft.
Viewers, The
Which
Forest.
Minecraft can get you sometimes.
Oh, we should make
Oh,
like a
definitely.
viewer list.
Yeah, I'm adding The Forest to this first part.
If you have anything you would like us to smash and or pass.
Please suggest that as well. And the next episode that we're doing after this podcast, which will be next week, the 5th, the next episode we're doing is finishing Smash or Pass Animal Crossing Villagers.
Yes.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
No,
Is
it's
it
not.
not?
We're doing
Sorry.
something else.
With
And
the
then
game
after
plan,
that,
we have 3 game plans, and the one that we're running with is a different one. So the next episode, I believe is the 12th. Let me look. So the next episode is the 6th. The next episode after that is the 13th. So the episode on the 6th, we're going to tell you about at the end of the show.
Okay.
And then today. And then the 13th, we're going to finish Animal Crossing Smash or Pass Villagers.
Yes.
Because we did not realize how much nuance we had about the Animal Crossing Villagers until the end of the first episode.
it takes a lot.
It took a lot more to explain preferences for Animal Crossing Villagers than it did for the freaking
Pokemon.
for Pokemon.
Don't read into that.
But don't read into that too much. So yeah, we'll talk about the next episode at the end of the show.
Okay. So I have unless it's in my other Instagram, I may have lost the thing that I was wanting to do.
It happens.
It happens.
It happens, man.
On my list,
Yeah.
I also have Reddit divers, which
Yes.
I initially saw as this. And stop me if you get lost.
All right, stop.
We go to Reddit. Okay, that's it. So
Where am I?
we go so we go to Reddit. We like start the only way I imagine it was like
We make a new Reddit.
no.
We make the Dapper
definitely
D's
Make
shared
Dapper-
Reddit account.
Oh God. But we go to Reddit and we just like, because a lot of these are just like spur of the moment. What's something that you've always been curious if there's a Reddit for it?
Oh, okay.
And going to those subreddits, that could get out of hand really quickly though. So it's like,
I thought it was us coming to the table being like, guys, I found some subreddits we should all look at. Like,
no, yeah, that's it. That's
Oh,
that's
okay.
like the basic premise is like, we need to look at these subreddits.
I wish
And
right
Reddit
now.
divers is just that, you know.
I like that.
I have some single player games on here for some reason that single player games do not exclude multiple players from playing them. Like
Yes.
the experience of watching a single player game with your friends is fun, but through Zoom it can be terrible depending on the game that you're playing.
Yeah.
There is no better way to share games in the format that we do it though, unless we were all in the same room playing the game, which would be fun, but
Yeah.
that involves a lot of monetary and commitment and shit like that,
Yep. I'm afraid of that.
I don't know why I have Kids Bopify as one of my topics.
What the fuck does that even mean?
So you know how Kids Bop has to censor the most popular songs of the day to put them on their Kids Bop albums?
Yes.
That we take songs that we like, we make the Kids Bop the Dapper D's Kids Bop album with some of our favorite songs, but we have to bring the ratings of the songs from R to at least PG, if not G.
My gorgeous wet cat.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yes. It would just be like, but depending on how simple or complex it would be to kids bopify a song, we would only be able to get through like 1 or 2 songs.
You want to do that with Dadley? That's fair. That's valid. I'd probably make it worse.
Do what with Dadley?
Kids bopify.
Oh God. Yeah. No. Yeah. That's also fair. There's also reverse kids bopify where we take children's songs and we just make them raunchy as fuck.
Oh wait, no, that sounds so much better. Hickory Dickory Dock. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm just gonna leave it. You know, your brain filled it in.
No, I do.
I'm not the only one here.
Amazon window shopping is literally
I love this idea too.
We go to Amazon and we just look up things like, can you buy that? Yes, you can. Or can you buy that? No, there's no results.
Oh, I'm also going along with that. Like some items on Amazon have like peak reviews.
Oh yeah,
like,
we can definitely do that too.
Have y'all seen the drum, like the oil drum of lube on
Oh my God.
The fucking reviews of this
lube.
Amazing. But also like there's a 25-foot beach ball
that has the best Amazon review ever.
It has the best Amazon. Okay,
very
so
aware.
Yeah, this absolutely has to be an episode.
Absolutely. Lego Builder's Journey, I wanted to do as my birthday month episodes, but then Oberdin came along and took the place of that.
Which I still love. Oberdin is in like my top 3 favorite things.
Honestly, I loved playing Oberdin with you, Dadley, and that was no cap, like 100% one of my favorite episodes. I'm sorry that you were not there for the rest of them, Dono, but it would have been.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm sure y'all feel the same way about It Takes Two.
Shovel Knight.
It did, honestly.
Shovel Knight co-op would be fun.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
We also still need to do what was it called? Castle Crashers.
Yes.
Oh,
that is
Castle
still
Crashers.
on your episode list, Dono.
That was like one of the first things you pitched about the Dapper Ds.
And we still haven't done it. So this year we will play Castle Crashers. I don't know when, but we will do it. I don't know if it'll be one episode or if we can do a playthrough. I would think that with the scope of Castle Crashers, it would probably be one episode.
Yes.
Honestly, because Castle Crashers is such an in-depth game. We'll see. We were able to make full playthroughs out of Little Gator Game and Oberdin and It Takes Two. We might be able to do a full playthrough of Castle Crashers too. Who knows? Vampire the Masquerade Blood Hunt 2. I don't think there's going to be a point where we're going to play that game again.
I don't think so either.
It fell out of the public eye. It fell out of the public eye very quickly after.
I hopped on it once and I'm like, I don't like this. Like,
I mean, I'll leave it on your list if you still want to do it, Dono.
What? Sorry.
Vampire the Masquerade Blood Hunt episode.
Oh, yeah, no.
All right, let's get rid of that. Sanabi Prologue. Like,
I don't even know what that is.
I don't either.
Okay.
It's on Dono's list. Again, I'll leave it on there if you still want to do that, whatever that is. Do you have a sticker version of the Dapper D's logo? We need to do stickers of the Dapper D's logo. I would buy stickers of the Dapper D's logo.
Literally, just like for the last hour before stream, was working on new merch. So that's very much something that's coming soon.
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm so honored you asked me as well. You know that's a me thing.
So Dono,
I make stickers.
Yes.
Sanabi Prologue?
No.
What is it? No. Okay, let's get rid of it. Pokemon Ruby. Absolutely, we're still doing Pokemon Ruby. We have got to do Pokemon
We need to
Ruby.
do it. Okay, here's the thing. It needs to be a thing that, like, we agree that we get to a certain gym in the game. Like, each one of us has their own copy. And then we stop. And then whatever team we have, whatever stats they are, we remake them in, like, Pokemon, whatever. Showdown. And we do it basically once a month. So we have to get to a certain point within that month.
Oh, okay.
Take our team that we're using to go like who we beat the last gym with or whatever, and then we duke it out between the 3 of us and whatnot, and then we can talk about on that episode just what are we doing, like things that we've been talking about, etc.
So here is my pitch.
Oh,
there is just here's my pitch for a Pokemon themed episode.
And this is talking about an episode on Dadley's list too, which is Pokemon Showdown Round Robin.
Yes.
So my pitch, if we're like doing a Pokemon playthrough, I can get in contact with the dude. This dude made a ROM hack of one of us would be the trainer. Like one of us would play as the trainer in the overworld and whatnot. And that trainer would only be allowed to have 2 Pokemon. Those Pokemon would be controlled by the other 2. So
Oh my
like Dono
God.
could just be like, all right, this is a good battle for Charmander, but has no control over the moves or items or anything. That would be me being like, all right, I'm Charmander now. Like,
Oh, that
okay,
sounds
cool.
awesome. And that
Yeah,
would be
it's
a hack for Ruby?
that's a Fire Red hack.
Oh, Fire Red. Ooh,
That's
okay.
annoying.
Well, that sounds fun. I'll add that to your list, Dadley. Fire Red
Group
dash
hack.
you are the Pokemon.
Now I have to
we go.
Google something.
Let's see. One that we just recently added to our list is Pico Park. There will absolutely be a playthrough of Pico Park on this channel because it is one of the best, like, more than 2-player rage games out there right now.
Yes.
And I cannot wait to see Dadley rage at a game because I haven't seen that yet. And I want to see what that looks like.
I fear for Dadley's rage, but he has Italian.
I just really quick. I just had a student. I had to like really fucking yell today, not in like a mean way, not in like an attackful way, and like I had to herd all these 5th graders and they weren't listening, so I'm just all right, everybody line up, we're going over here. And I just had one student looking at me being like, I've never heard you yell before.
Oh no. Oh God.
I thought it was funny. I yell a lot, so
let's see. Wikipedia Speedruns is a very recent episode. We are going to do Wikipedia Speedruns.
I'm so excited for
Wikipedia Speedruns is probably going to be the episode after Smash Pass Animal Crossing finishes. So as long as nothing outstanding happens with any one of the 3 of us, we have the next month of content already ready to go.
I need to get a new mic stand before I start doing all these video games again. I've been holding my mic for like 2 months now.
You do. You honestly do. Like I fear for your safety, Dad.
It's like carpal tunnel kicking in. This mic is so heavy and I have to hold it over my balls and it's kind of terrifying. Like it's kind of...
Oh God. Oh wait, what am I doing? What
are you doing?
No.
227. So today is the 27th, and this is the Dapper Podcast 1-year anniversary. All right, I'm just on my Word document of all of the episodes now. Dapper Podcast number 12, the 1-year anniversary special. All right. And then the next episode is on the 6th. Yeah, I'll get rid of shift cells up.
Wow, it's silent. Hi, how's it going?
It's going well.
Have you looked into what kind you want? So actually, full transparency, I have the mic stand. Because the mic is so heavy, I don't have something that can support the mic stand at the moment. Literally, it tore apart my bookshelf that I used. So I have the mic stand. I just don't have anything solid enough to connect it to. It's a really fucking heavy mic.
The 13th, the 20th? Oh yeah, the 20th and the 27th because of the because of the fucking calendar rules.
I thought about getting a new mic, but I love the aesthetic of this mic so much.
The Bumblebee mic is a staple of the channel at this point.
It is.
Like, it honestly is. I don't know what company you got that from, but we need to get sponsored by them because all of us need Bumblebee mics.
Hey, I'm sponsored by Bumble Microphones. That's why I have it.
Oh, really? Honest for true?
Yeah, so they never did anything with the sponsorship. They sent me the microphone and then ghosted me.
Wow. Free microphone, yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
all right.
There was all of 2 weeks I was listed on their websites as a sponsored live streamer. And then that was it. Yeah. I'm part of their like exclusive like Discord server for sponsors, and nobody uses it whatsoever.
That is
It's like
a custom keyblade, I believe, Dadley, right? That you made?
No. Wait, what? Also, I just noticed the keyblade behind you and got excited. No, that's Oblivion.
Oh,
That
okay,
is
cool.
Oblivion from Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. Give me 1 second. And then underneath it is Setharos, one-winged angel. I just haven't hung him up yet.
Yeah.
You've had that behind you for a long time.
We love those keyblades.
Yes, I love it so much. Eventually, I'll get a tattoo of some keyblades. I really want to get keyblades on my forearms right here.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
I just realized we'd be doing those episodes pretty close to each other, but we are doing those episodes.
Dippy, how are you feeling?
I am doing pretty good.
All right.
Yes.
Well, 1 minute in NASCAR.
Oh shit! 1 minute in NASCAR. Okay. So the race that happened this past, 2 races have happened in the Cup Series so far. We've had the Daytona 500 and the Auto Club Speedway race, which was the Pala Casino 400. At the Daytona 500, we had a bunch of fun action. We had a lot of commercials interrupt all the action, which a lot of people were upset about. But we had a new Daytona 500 champion in Ricky Stenhouse Jr., one of my drivers. He drives the number 47 for JTG Doherty. He did everything right, and he was the leader at the end when the last caution came out, brought out by Travis Pastrana. And the Pala Casino 400 was an interesting little race. There was a lot of action there as well, a couple of spins, a couple of pit stop strategies, but in the end, Kyle Busch, driving for Richard Childress Racing, got his first win with his new team after two races. He's finally proven that he's not done yet, and he's probably going to get a couple more opportunities to win this year in his new car. And that's what's happened in NASCAR this month.
That was so fucking on point.
Yeah. Everybody, just quick round of applause, and we're done. Okay.
All right.
Why is that blurred? I don't know why my phone was blurred. That's why I put it away.
Yes.
That's weird.
So there's quite a few things that are going on with like the channel wise that are going on behind the scenes that we can't talk about, but just look through the channel of things updating, changing.
Yeah, follow us on Instagram. I
yes,
preach it all the
please.
damn time. The Instagram is the
Are we
best way to
talking
keep
about
the Instagram is so
on this
fire.
episode? Are we talking about like certain stuff on this episode? Or
should we announce that thing? Like we're changing.
I would say no, especially after the conversation me and Donna just had privately.
Oh yeah, that's right. True.
So let's not do that right.
Just
I'll loop Dippy in the loop really quick if you guys talk.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. All right. Let's see.
Let's see here.
Any other things on the episode list? Dadley's episodes are still here.
Yes.
The Witch is Dead.
Mm-hmm.
We need to do an episode of The Witch is Dead.
I thought we
on
did
the
an episode of The Witch is
we
Dead.
did. We didn't do an episode. We had a private play
That's
session.
right.
Of the Witch
We
is
did
Dead,
have a private play
which
session,
we loved.
which was
playing The Witch is Dead.
Yeah.
We need to do it on the channel.
Yes. I wish that was recorded, but it was too good.
Like, can you do The
there's
Witch is Dead with just 2 people?
Yeah.
You can, but like
it's better. I find that TTRPGs are like best with 3 to 4.
Here's my like dumb pitch of if I was gonna run The Witch is Dead with both of you, I would say, okay, have fun juggling. You two are both gonna play 2 different characters.
Oh my gosh, no.
I don't know about that.
I want to eventually, and I think I'm just gonna run that. I may run this at some point in time.
And yet another episode that is
do a familiar problem with you guys.
We did that. Y'all did that for the Fall Initiative, right?
Yes, we did. But it was that neither one of you were a part of it.
I would be interested in playing a familiar problem with you, Dono.
Yes.
I will add that to your list as well. Let's see. Another episode that has been on this list since the beginning of the Dapper D's, Minecraft.
Look,
just straight up Minecraft.
I don't know how to set up a server or anything like that.
All we need to do,
you buy a realm for 1 month.
All we need to do is let Ace come in, because Ace has been talking my ear off about getting an ANI, like
an ANI realm.
Yeah.
And the first like hour in that realm, or the first 2 hours in that realm, would be a Dapper D's episode.
Yes.
Like I can totally imagine that.
Yeah.
So that's
we would have to like make ourselves goals of something that we have to do. Like we obviously each have to have a house.
Yeah.
out of just like materials around us, and it's like the quickest.
See, here's the other thing.
Wait, okay,
how would we stream all three of our perspectives though?
That's a good.
So there's two options with that. It's either we just stream one and have the audio of the other two, or Dippy, me and you have our own Twitch channels.
We all just we
oh,
there is that.
That's a thing.
There is that. But there's also the possibility that we all just like our role playing is like this amalgam, like we have to, all three of us have to be within a certain distance of each other.
That's also funny.
Like we are the Dapper Ds on the server, which means we have to do everything together.
Or I don't know how this would work. Is there a way for us to like replace our face cams with our screen sharing?
I can do that with OBS.
Yeah.
I can do that with OBS virtual camera.
Yeah, we can absolutely do that.
We could do that. That sounds like a great idea too. I like that too. So we have a couple of ideas there. Yeah. Planet Earth dub. No. I don't think we can do a Planet Earth dub.
I looked into it. Yes, we can. We legally can.
What? We legally can make a Planet Earth dub.
We can absolutely, because it's under parody law. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So we have to. So how do we get the Planet Earth footage?
That is not the most legal things we're going to be doing, but
well, that's what a Planet Earth dub is, my guy. Do we have to get like at least nature footage, if not like the Planet Earth footage?
Oh, actually, shit. I bet we can find a shit ton of nature footage on just like stock like video sites.
We just find stock footage from
like
oh no, and we make our own the Dapper Earth.
Yeah, Dapper Earth. I've had this idea, and then like a little twist on the idea.
That sounds more like a YouTube upload than a Twitch stream, though. I'm going to be honest. It would be hilarious to do. Like the Twitch stream is the behind the scenes of it, and then the YouTube upload is that takes the place of the VOD is the finished product.
We all like get like a hat with like words that the other ones have picked that you have to try to slide into your commentary.
Oh god. And then meme dub.
I don't
reading dubs like reading memes?
It feels like a YouTube Shorts kind of thing. It's just maybe not a whole episode.
That's like a Gianni Matriggiano type thing, right? Like, and by the way, shout out to Gianni Matriggiano, a fucking amazing voice actor who does these meme dubs online, and he's just so funny. I love that guy. Like meme dub is entirely an idea that is like he's the master of, and we would never be able to fully live up to him doing his Duke Nukem or his like other shit like that.
No, but there's like for my list doesn't have like there's just a bunch of one pages I want to do.
Yeah,
there's Honey Heist
Uno
and shit like that. And then Uno. I just want to play some Uno.
We have got to play Uno. We all have Uno, don't we?
I don't have Uno.
We can just use the.
You have Uno.
Yo, we can just
use free with your.
We can just use that free card game thing online.
Oh, we could.
That Ace did.
Yeah, we absolutely could do it.
Oh, we also need to play. We also need to play Cards Against Humanity.
Oh god.
Yeah.
That should 100% be an episode.
That is just like so people know when we're just hanging out, like just ANI us, any night we're doing it normally ends with us being like, let's just do a round of Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah.
That could be a like follower episode too, like where we let them have the code and they can join in.
Oh yeah.
And drop.
I've always wanted to do that with Jackbox games.
Like have a community.
I have so many of the Jackbox games available in my library. I do. And that would be such a fun idea if we had a large enough follower base to have like an active audience in the voting, not just the like, oh, let's add a couple more people to the people who are playing the game.
Yeah.
We would need a slightly larger audience base.
Share ANI with your friends. so we can get that large follower
Yep.
base.
Yeah, please share ANI.
Yes,
please share
please.
the Dapper D's.
Screaming out your car windows.
If you like us, share us with your friends.
Throw a brick through your neighbor's windows. Get sued. But as long as that brick has the ANI name attached to it,
yes,
you know, we're getting the word out. We would get
Hire
on the
me
news.
as your lawyer. I will only talk about ANI.
I will go to jail if it means that more people watch ANI.
How? Okay, wait. Genuine podcast question of like we'll say how many followers need to be added to ANI for you to go to jail for 6 months?
6 months?
6 months. We'll say 3. We'll say 3 months.
That's a little bit better.
How many followers do we need for you to be willing to be like, fine, I'll go to jail for 3 months?
Thanks,
3 months?
Listen, Primal Goddess just called us the fuck out, but yeah,
more than 1 million.
What?
Like more than 1 million. I can't give up time out of my very busy life to go to jail for 3 months.
That's the last thing that she.
I thought the next sentence out of your mouth was going to be to go to jail for like a day or like a week.
Dippy, I couldn't see you in jail. I couldn't.
No,
but
my number is 10,000. I'll just say that my number is 10,000.
10,000? No, 10,000. No. It can't be 10,000 because at 10,000 followers we have to go skydiving.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'll go skydiving when I'm out of jail.
Yeah. Primal Goddess, you were 100% right. If we advertise more often before stream, then yeah, we'd probably get more.
I mean, that's fair.
Yes and no. I advertise on Snapchat because it's right here, it's right now. I advertise on TikTok as much as I can with like not overbodging the TikTok algorithm because it won't.
I'm not saying in any way, Bradley, you're the problem. You're doing a fantastic job, and I love you for it. And it pushes me to do things.
Which is hard to advertise.
Yeah, it
Which is really hard to advertise.
It really is. Because it's like you have to get the word out to people now, because if you don't, it's gone. And you like
Twitter. Maybe not now. Maybe like 2 years ago we needed a Twitter.
We have a Twitter.
We have a Twitter?
Yes, it's dead. It's so dead.
Yeah.
Give me the login. I'm just gonna spam it with dumb shit.
You can spam it with every meme that I ever post. And...
Well, to be honest, we need that lightning in a bottle from like either a bigger channel who would be willing to help us out, or like just that one like amazing moment of like, hey, why is everybody here all of a sudden?
I want to do like a channel like gather thing or whatever, where basically people from ANI, people from that channel, like we swap for a day, or like I would swap my players with their players and like run a one shot and be like, okay, this is what my table's like. This is what your table's going to be like. Let's figure out how it goes and do that kind of thing.
So it would be like, for the games on the channel that we have right now, it would be a 3-way swap between Breaking Character, Inquisition, and the Crossroads.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We need to have more guests. That's just the other thing. We should like be reaching out and having some more guests on
ANI, on the Dapper D.
On the Dapper D.
We definitely, the last time that we had a guest, and this was a very much a technicality guest, was at the beginning of December last year. We had Dono's wife, Wifey Cleric, with us. The last time we had a guest before that was Kids on Brooms.
Probably Zoe.
We had Trazzy on for Kids on Brooms. Then before that, we had Trazzy and my mother for the second tier list episode. And my mother is like not technically a guest.
Your mother's like, a fellow Dapper D.
Yeah.
She honestly
mother is an honorary Dapper D.
She honestly is. Before that, the last
she's
like
the fourth D that makes us technically an F size, but
holy shit, Dono. The last time we had a guest before that was Wences for the Baladins demo. And that was episode 11. We need more guests.
If you know someone who you'd like to see on the Dapper Ds,
let us know about them and then we'll consider it.
We'll do a thorough background check and like
we'll vet them.
They have to finish a marathon like obstacle course to get here.
They have to do
I need to have
50-page questionnaire about information about the Dapper Ds.
I'm not gonna lie, with Crossroads, I don't have much of a plan for guests because I haven't used. I had it planned for 6 players. And
here's my very dumb question. You know how in Harry Potter the Philosopher's Stone, each teacher made a different, like, here's the trial.
You just did the British version of
the Philosopher's Stone?
It's the Sorcerer's Stone.
But it's the Philosopher's Stone.
Same difference.
Yeah.
So, you know how each teacher made their own trial?
Yeah.
What is each one of ours? Oh, you don't know what I'm talking about.
It's been so long since I've seen the movies or read the books.
So, like, one of them did the chessboard. One of them did, like, all the floating keys that you had to find the right key on the broom to unlock the door. One of them did a potions test that wasn't in the movie. And then the mirror at the end was Dumbledore's test.
The trials in the
books. There's the
herbology. Were the things in the movies?
There's the herbology test, the chestnut test, the key test, apparently a potions test, and then
the mirror.
And then the mirror.
See, you just unlocked like this deep set memory from a few years ago when the Hogwarts Professors tag was a thing on TikTok that I was a part of.
What's up, bud?
And like neither of y'all were a part of the Hogwarts Professors tag. I don't believe.
I did maybe like 3 videos.
Right.
I did not do
had the Hogwarts Professors tag was what honestly genuinely made me believe that I was not going to be a person that was seen for their individual merit contributing to a tag until I had like a fucking 6-digit following unless I had numbers to literally just do whatever I wanted. Like Sir Pfeffers, and God bless Sir Pfeffers, we love Sir Pfeffers on this channel, but Sir Pfeffers was the dominating force of that tag. So much so that a lot of he was one of the ones who started it. I was a very early adopter of that tag, or at least fairly early, I believe.
Yeah, I remember when it first started, there was like a big fan art thing done of like all the professors, and you were one of like the first 9.
I remember the one you're talking about. I was in the back row of that fan art.
I thought it was
I was there. I am so glad that I was there. I'm so happy that I was there. But I was in the back row, and a lot of the other fan art that came out, there was no mention of Professor Juniper in it. Like, I loved doing videos with Professor Juniper. I loved making videos with Professor Juniper. Professor Juniper ended up not being worth it in the long run. My story arc, I had 2 interactions on my story arc that I intended for them. There were like meant to be 5 others, and they were never followed up on. Beth and Professor the honeybee one, Crane writes. Crane writes, great person. Ryan O'Ryan, great person. Jake, a bunch of numbers, who is Pfeffer's friend.
Yes.
All lovely folks. I could not stand how little attention Professor Juniper was getting in that tag because of the main overarching stuff that all those 4 of them and their closer friends were doing. Yeah. So it ended up not being worth it for me. To answer the initial question of what my trial would be, I would think mine would be a similar potions thing, because Professor Juniper was a potions professor in the Hogwarts Professors tag.
So what I was going to ask is, what is your trials for someone to like join the Dapper Ds?
Play every Wordle clone that we have played up to this point.
Oh, that's fair. That's valid. Yes.
So I'm not even technically a Dapper D, because fuck that.
I mean, by my criteria, no. You have to play all of the Wordle clones that we have played.
All right, guys, I'm retiring. They're taking over the stream. It's fine.
It's fine, because what I was going to say, my trial is also something I've never done, which is you have to fuck 1 Pokemon.
Oh, God. Come on.
Fucking...
And it's randomly number generated.
Dadley, you just unlocked a memory from me in college. Not the fucking thing. But I was friends with like all these like I was in a house when I was in college, and there's just a bunch of dudes that live there, and so we would go out and go do things like manly shit and go fishing and like throw rocks and shit like that. And I remember this one time that we were fishing, and I was like, we were just talking and shit, and they're just like, what's the biggest like animal you've ever punched? I'm like, I've punched a bull. And
A bull?
and then the other guy, and then one of the guys is just like, you know what, I'll punch a fucking moose. I'll punch a moose right in its mouth, bud.
No, you would not. You would not be able to approach a moose to
I will
punch
tell
it
you in a
because the
second
moose would kill you
the
first.
bull thing, but I gotta open it.
We
Okay.
never said it had to be alive.
The
moose.
Pokemon or the moose?
No, the moose. The moose. Just dead silence for a second. You know you can kill the Pokemon.
Oh god!
Faint the Pokemon.
By the way, I just generated a random one for myself, and I'm
Okay.
I'm not I'm not ready
What did
because
you
I got
get?
Nidoqueen.
Oh no! I mean,
Of all of them, not a bad choice. I'll generate one
Random.
for you.
Okay, yeah, generate one for me.
Thievul.
What?
Thievul, the fox thief from Gen 8.
Oh, cool. I could be a Dapper D.
Oh my god. Dono, your randomly generated Pokemon that you would have to have
Now his
coitus
headphones are
with.
plugged in.
Okay, what's
Okay,
up?
Dono.
Yes.
I randomly generated a Pokemon that you would have to pass for Dadley's trial, and it's Greedent.
Oh no.
The squirrel, the big fat squirrel from Gen 8. I mean, you could do it
I'm fucking
fairly easily. It's whether you want to do it or not at this point.
I mean,
So
I don't know if I could get it up. It stank too much.
this is actually a really good segue into magical items.
Oh yes.
Oh shit! Okay.
Do you guys
Oh,
want to
and
hear
I
my?
have to look up
Did
fucking.
you guys
want to
hear my story about punching a bull?
Oh yes. All
Yeah,
right,
go
yes,
ahead. Go
punch a
ahead.
bull.
You do that.
Okay,
while
so
we're prepping this.
my very first job I ever had, I worked on a ranch for a summer. I got paid
Okay,
for
I
it and
have-
everything.
This is another thing that I have to do is make a running list of Dono's jobs because it's
Oh, yeah, that's
been
right.
fucking. He's had so fucking many.
I worked on a ranch for 2 months. And fucking terrible times. I have only a few good memories. It had the worst job that I've ever done ever.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Not on it. But there was a day that so you have to brand like the new like animals and stuff like that, and like they trade bulls and like steers, or they trade like their studs. Basically, which are like their bulls, like horns and everything, and so they have to put their brand on the bulls. And I remember like the branding day, they were bringing them in, and they just had this massive fucking dude, and each one of us were in a pin with like a shocking stick just to be able to kind of like get them to move the way that we need them to. And fuck, man, if one of these motherfuckers started coming towards you, you were to run up on the fence as quick as you can. And I just remember like seeing this bull get like real fucking close to me and like just give me like this face, and I'm just like, all right. And I went to go and it did nothing. I'm like, all right. And I punched it in the face. I'm like, all right, I'm out.
Oh my god.
I also had to stop a
Seems like it would take a lot of bravery.
well, I mean, I was kind of dumb at 13, but you know,
Fair.
I also had to stop.
You were 13 when you did this?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh my
Christ.
god, Dono. I had a chance encounter with one of my neighbor's bulls when I was about the same age. I was told to hide behind a tree and like not move until the bull was taken care
Here's the
of.
other thing that happened on that. So we had mama elk that had just given birth like that spring, and their babies were still growing up. Yeah. And the thing is that when it comes to mamas and their babies, you don't give a shit about the guys. You give a shit about mama. If you get too close to the baby, mama's coming up your ass. So, and we would have to lay water pipe in their big fucking things and have to go through their land where they were. And they had these like pens and stuff that they had with their babies so they wouldn't get bullied and shit like that, and they could raise them correctly. So we'd have to climb up these like 9-foot tall fences come down with this pipe, move it over to the next one, put it so they have like fresh water and shit like that. Because the sprinklers go off. And the rule of thumb was if mama's making too much eye contact with you, you set this long fucking 8-foot long pipe that you get. You dig one side into the ground and you point the other one as best you can to its head because you're not running faster than mom.
Oh,
Yep.
oh
Yeah.
my God.
So, and I had to do that once, and that pipe went.
Oh,
Like the pipe broke, so I was like, but they were 100% like ready for that kind of thing. But yeah, you don't even have to like try and do anything to the baby if it gets too close to you. Like if it gets curious, then yeah, you're in for a world of hurt. But I only did that job like 2 or 3 times. The other ones I was in charge of like the cow fields and the steers and mama cows are a lot nicer. So
well, that's good.
Yeah.
I have a vast knowledge of cows.
Yeah,
because of that job.
Well, I went to Urban Dictionary.
Oh, okay.
I found the definition. The definition of the day, the top definition of the day is a witch hair.
Okay.
What do you think a witch hair is?
I think I'd probably just like a hair right on your chin. I'm just gonna go stereotypical answer. Like one long hair.
Donald?
Is it like right back here on your neck?
I have a grosser answer. But
like is the hair that like grows right back here on the neck?
Okay.
My grosser, and this might ooh, is this TMI? You ever
might be TOS if you're not careful.
You ever shit out a hair?
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
And like, yeah, okay. Yeah,
Shit.
when you shit out a hair and it might kind of get stuck and you're like, beep, and you like floss your asshole a little bit.
Oh
that's a
my
witch hair.
God. No, it's definitely not that.
Dippy,
So
when
your first answer
when
was
you
closer...
have Dippy, by the way, when you have a girlfriend or wife one day, that you will have a hair somewhere where you don't.
You will find it.
Yeah,
you'll find it. It happens.
And you'll find it at the weirdest times, and you'll pull on it, and just be like, "This is not my fucking hair."
and you're gonna be really unsure if you like how it felt.
Witch hair on women, comma, a fast-growing, long, single strand of hair that grows out of your face or chest.
Okay.
Example sentence. Ew, I just found a witch hair growing under my chin. So
no singular place. It's just one really long growth strand of hair.
The second one though, air jail, the act of holding an animal up as punishment, limiting their movement.
So when you pick up
all the time.
So when you pick up your cat or your dog, but like underneath their arms, and you're like, no, like that's air jail.
I do this with my kids of like if they like jump on the couch or something, I pick them up. I'm like, you don't have leg rights.
Leg rights. That's fun.
So
Deadly, I just imagine that your kids are like the best fucking kids ever. Like
we can talk about that, but like my kids are the definition. No, like being transparent as a father. My kids are the definition of like the compliment kids in public. I get so many like, oh my God, your boys are so sweet. Your boys are amazing when they're out in public. And the second they're behind the doors of their home, they are fucking gremlins. They are monsters.
You know what?
Generally how it works.
Deadly same. Fucking my kids are except for my daughter, but yeah.
And I don't have
I mean, I love my daughter, but when she's having a bad day, everyone knows about it.
Yeah. So it's Pokemon Day.
Yeah. Okay.
Today's Pokemon Day. We got a lot of Pokemon announcements that we can talk about later on. But for right now, I want to do some magic items.
Okay.
And I thought it would be really fun to go through the list of all the Pokemon held items. And I did a random... We're not doing all the Pokemon held items.
Okay, no, I see where you're going with this, though.
Yeah, and I random number generated held items for y'all to turn in to magic items.
Oh, God.
Do Dippy first.
I have very little knowledge of this. Okay, go for it.
I'm going to tell you what the item does in battle.
Yeah, okay, good.
So,
good.
Yeah. So, Dippy's first item is the Covert Cloak. An item held by a Pokemon. It protects the holder from being affected by additional effects from an opponent's moves. So, essentially, like, the move Fake Out does damage, but also can flinch the opponent. Or, like, moves that... So, it prevents the secondary effects of moves.
Okay. Well, okay, so my first immediate thought is there are a lot of legendary robes in D&D, like the robe of the Archmagi or stuff like that. The covert cloak seems like it would be a legendary cloak that basically gives you condition immunity. Like as long as you are wearing this cloak, you are immune to all conditions that would be brought upon you by an outside effect. So like I have the Dungeon Master screen right here. It has the conditions on it. So I can check if this is totally bonkers or not. Let me see. And that's a general rule of thumb for making a legendary magic item is just the simpler the effect of a magic item, the more legendary that it is. Because it's like, oh, you're immune to all conditions. That's like a legendary thing.
Yeah, absolutely. The one caveat I would say is exhaustion.
Yeah, so you would be immune to blinded. You would be immune to being blinded, charmed, deafened, frightened, grappled, incapacitated, invisible. You would be immune to being invisible, which take it or leave it with that one. You would be immune to being paralyzed, petrified, poisoned, prone, restrained, stunned. You would not be immune to unconscious or exhaustion because that like unconscious, you cannot prevent unconsciousness.
Yes.
If you reach 0, like, and you can't prevent exhaustion just by wearing a cloak. But the covert cloak is just a legendary rope. You gain condition to almost all. You gain immunity to almost all status conditions.
I love that.
Yeah.
My first thought with this cloak was very similar to that, but that like you get advantage on saving throws for conditions, including exhaustion of like exhaustion. Yeah. And on top of that, you negate nat 20s. Like a nat 20 isn't a crit on you; it's just a hit.
That's fair, but that's also it doesn't sound like it plays into what the cloak originally does, right? Like, if it prevents, it doesn't prevent damage. So, the covert cloak.
The covert cloak, an held item that essentially negates secondary effects of moves. So like body slam, how it has a chance to paralyze, can't do that.
Paralyze? What a great word. Also wrong, but great word.
Great word.
No, it's right,
paralyze.
Dippy.
So like, yeah, I can imagine that it doesn't do anything. It doesn't raise your armor class. It doesn't increase your damage. It doesn't increase like anything else. But as long as you're wearing it, you are immune to basically any condition. And you're also like immune to disease too.
Yep.
Like disease is not an explicit condition in the Dungeon Masters whatevers. But yes, I imagine that's what this cloak does.
I love that.
Yes.
Posture check.
Oh, thank you.
I was slouching.
Dono.
I feel targeted.
Your Pokemon held item to be turned into a magic item. I can't believe I random number generated this. The Lightning Ball. An item held by a Pokemon, when held by Pikachu only, doubles the attack and special attack of the holder.
Wait, what?
It is a held item.
It only affects Pikachu?
It only affects Pikachu. Yeah, there's a couple held items that only affect 1 or 2 Pokemon.
Well, that's odd. Oh, kind of like Chansey's egg?
Yes. I mean, kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Right.
This item is an attuned item. At first, it is an orb that, when held, when doing lightning damage, you can choose like 3 times per day of charges to do max damage. So kind of like a cleric's or a thunder cleric's,
a tempest cleric's thunder lightning thing.
But if held long enough, it will eventually crack open and you will get a familiar electric mouse that sits upon your shoulder and gives you access to the spells call lightning, storm, witch bolt, and once per day can cast haste upon yourself.
Ooh,
and you still gain the 3 charges to be able to max damage lightning at some point in time.
I love that. I love that a lot.
So
my idea was a lot more vague. I like yours more. My idea was this is a like one-time use, like essentially grenade that lets you like cast call lightning at 8th level.
Oh, you mean like my lightning in a bottle?
Yeah, kinda. Yeah.
That Farron used
That fucking lightning in a bottle. Okay, can we pause here and take this side tangent?
Yeah.
Okay. In Valmira,
Yes.
there were so many like fun items that Dono gave all of us that did such fun things. From the moment that I got that fucking lightning in a bottle, it was such a terrible item in Farron's hands. I have no idea why. But
this was also one of like my favorite items to give it up because every
swear to
time there
God.
was something good that happened.
There was something. It was like I would either roll the hit and I would just miss, so I wouldn't do any damage, or I would roll the D100 to do damage and I would do 8. Like I swear to God, one time that I rolled lightning in a bottle and it actually hit, and I rolled the damage and I got 0-8, like 8 damage.
Yeah.
Which I think it was against Nikolai the Frog, whatever thing.
Yep.
So he was resistant to lightning damage, which brought it down from 8 to 4.
4.
This massive, powerful lightning in a bottle. Uncork it. The lightning bolt comes
4.
out. It just 4.
It just becomes a little taser. Like
I swear to God.
I'm not gonna lie. The last time you used it on the tree, and I thought you were gonna use it. I thought you were gonna use it against the what were they? What is it?
The things,
the
right?
Animated swamp or whatever. Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Shambling Mounds. And I was like, like he's gonna use this at some point in time because every single one of them would have regenerated all that HP.
Yep.
But then I attacked the tree.
But the tree,
yeah,
and the
you
tree
did it to the tree.
regenerated HP.
No,
And
the tree took it and then
reflected
shot
the
it
damage.
back.
Yes.
Back at everyone else and
Yeah.
did so much fucking damage to everybody
At the beginning of fucking
at
combat,
the beginning
too.
of the fight.
Yep.
And
So I have,
that's why
that was the one time that I rolled well on the roll to hit and I rolled well on the damage.
You got like
and
a
it backfired
90.
so
You got like a
fucking
90
hard.
on it or something like that. And
It was like 73 damage or
insane.
something like that.
You can
and it was
probably we have the episode up. You can look at it. But
so
yeah.
I got 2 more Pokemon items for
hate
y'all.
that
Like I
lightning
said,
in a
we're-
bottle with a passion.
We're kind of lightning around these. Dono.
Ha
Or
ha
not
ha
Dono,
ha ha.
Dippy.
Yes.
Dippy, you have the Quick Claw. It has a 20% chance to let the user move first, even if they are not faster.
You get 5 more movement speed. You add 2 to your initiative.
Ooh, okay. Simple and clean. I like
Okay.
that. Absolutely.
You like wear it on one of your fingers like a claw.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dono, you
Yes.
have almost the exact opposite. The Lagging Tail. When this item is held by a Pokemon, they always move last.
Ooh, okay.
That's interesting.
This item gives you 2 initiatives and an extra
This is exactly.
action, but that your second action is always at the end of initiative order, and so you can assess the entire situation and make an action happen. You also get access to a casting of the slow spell.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is literally exactly what I thought for it too.
Mhm.
You get an extra action at the bottom of the initiative order. Yeah.
My
Not
thought
bonus
was
action, just like an extra action.
Yeah.
something
my
that you
thought
can do.
was you can roll your initiative. You can elect to, if you elect to go last, any attack roll that you make that hits receives maximum damage.
or you can choose,
Ooh, that's also really cool.
or you can you can choose if you feel like the person behind you could go first, not better, and then act upon that. You can step back, give the help action, and then still have your whole action.
Oh, I like that too. I like that too. So,
Fun.
and my really quick is I didn't pull it, and I'm very sad of Life Orb is my favorite item in Pokemon. Life Orb gives you a 50% boost to attack and special attack with taking 10% of your health each round you use it. This is an item I've used in a home game as a D&D item. That was any attack you do, you can like willingly give up HP and double it into the damage. And it did radiant damage if you're a part of good alignment, force damage if you were neutral, and necrotic if you were like evil alignment.
Yeah, that's
And
dope.
That's really fun.
Yeah, it led to one of my favorite moments of a barbarian who did necrotic damage all game. The big final fight, he used so much of his health, he was down to 1 HP, and he noticed it did radiant damage for the first time ever. It was just a great moment. Like,
Oh,
something to really implement in games. Honestly, it's a really fun item to fuck with.
Mhm.
yeah.
But that's our Pokemon magic items.
Yes.
Yay.
And that brings us swiftly into
No.
last
Dadley, I got
return
one for you.
segment.
Oh, you got one?
Oh, okay.
You have the sunglasses.
What do the sunglasses do? They boost dark type moves, right?
Yes.
Let me look up exactly what the sunglasses do, just so I know.
Just in general, how would you add sunglasses to D&D 5e? Like, what would they even do?
I mean,
like,
you have the glasses of foresight.
Yeah, but those aren't sunglasses, though, are they? Like sunglasses,
I imagine.
Are. When I imagine sunglasses in in Dungeons and Dragons, I imagine that you lose like half of your vision, right? Like your vision goes from like 30 feet of bright light, 30 feet of dim light, like whatever. You lose half of it. But when you are also immune to the blinded condition, like it's a simple trade-off, but that's all I imagine when I think of sunglasses in D&D.
So going specifically the dark glasses in Pokemon as a held item.
Yes.
I would first of all let them, so they are we'll say I want to say maybe this is too powerful for a wondrous item, but it feels wondrous to me.
Sure.
It has, we'll say, 3 charges. Expending a charge lets you re-roll all damage on any necrotic damage and pick between the 2.
Ooh, okay.
And you can also expel any of the charges to negate any, like essentially a counter spell, or use all 3 charges for 1 use of counter spell of any spell that has radiant or fire damage. So essentially give you a free counter spell on certain spell attacks. That's what I
can
would
see that.
Yeah. That just made me think of the double counter spell that happened last episode of Crossroads.
That's a fun mechanic, Dono.
Yeah.
I didn't mention it at the end of that episode, but that's a really fun mechanic because any way to implement wild magic into a game is awesome.
Yes.
Because of one of my favorite tables, like in D&D,
the D1000,
the D10,000 wild magic
10,000.
surge table. So this, I cannot remember where I had this from. It's Oryx's Net Librum, or
well, you look it up.
Yeah.
Can I talk about the Pokemon Day information?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Pokemon Day was here. We got a Pokemon Direct, and I am a massive Pokemon nerd. I'm very excited for it. Some of the news is kind of boring to me. I don't give a shit about Pokemon Unite, and they added the box legendary from Sword and Shield into Pokemon Unite. Cool. Some of the cooler stuff, they're adding DLC to Scarlet and Violet, which we all knew they would after Sword and Shield.
There's literally like an island that you can't go to.
Yeah. So they added DLC, which I think is really fucking cool.
Is it like $40 like the last DLC for the? No, sorry.
Probably.
Yeah, fuck.
My favorite announcements are Pokemon Sleep. Pokemon Sleep, they announced like 5 years ago and then never did anything with it. Everyone was just like, and all the like 5 year ago announcement was, hey, Pokemon Sleep. Okay, moving on. Nobody knew what the fuck Pokemon Sleep was.
You think
they
they
now
knew?
announced that. I don't know if they even knew. If I'm being
sorry, I'm
real.
interrupting you with
no,
like,
you're totally fine. I don't care if you interrupt me, Dono. I'm like, I don't care if I'm interrupted.
Okay.
So Pokemon Sleep right now is going to be a companion app with Pokemon Go that is going to help you with your sleep schedule. Apparently, you're going to be catching Pokemon if you go like 8 hours without touching your phone. And I just like that as an idea. A little self-help app. Go along with Pokemon Go if you're still playing it. I still play Pokemon Go every day.
I will not be able to play this game.
The other big and
5 to 6 hours of sleep.
Same. I get like on regular probably like 6 hours.
I would be able to do it on the weekend.
Yeah. That's exactly what I told my kids. I was just like, like Saturday morning, we could probably go through the Pokemon we caught. Like, and then they are re-releasing the original starter packs of Pokemon. They are redoing the entire Pokemon cards introduction.
Yeah.
I am so fucking excited. And that's pretty much all. Like, that's the mini review of the Pokemon release. Pokemon Cafe has some updates. Nobody gives a fuck. We heard. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
We heard nothing about any Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, which I'm very disappointed about. We heard nothing about because they're doing all the Game Boy games on the Virtual Console on the Switch. We heard nothing about adding the Pokemon games to it. Right now, there are no Pokemon games on that Virtual Console. There is Zelda games. They have the old school like mini cap and whatnot. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
So.
Very fun. Very fun.
God, I had a thing, but now I can't think of the thing.
Okay, so I found.
What is the thing?
I found my thing.
Yes.
You need a minute to think about your thing.
Yeah, go.
So.
We take turns here on Dapper D's.
The only show where we take turns. All right.
I remember what my thing was. Sorry.
This is gonna mess up the layout just a tiny.
Mine is gonna take a second. So, Dippy, you remember how I had you roll a d6?
A d6.
Yes, after you had rolled your wild magic.
Oh, that was for how many hours for his poison, right?
No, that was a d4.
Oh, what?
A d6 because it affected one person within a 10-foot or like 30-foot radius of you.
And it affected 12, right?
Yeah, because I had you roll a d6 because there was 6 people within the room. You could have gotten it, the other guy.
I could have gotten.
You could have gotten.
I could have
the golden
hit the guy.
Yeah, you could have hit the guy with it.
Oh shit!
But you were one under. So.
Damn.
So you got your own brother.
Exactly. So the Net Librum of Random Magical Effects by Oryx has created this. This initial like disclaimer stuff is like, oh, what is wild magic? You know what? Like, and this table of 10,000 magical effects that you roll 4 d10s.
Yep.
And whatever of those so you roll those 4 d10s and you pick an order for to get like to put those digits in. Obviously, normally it's you roll them, you take the digits in the order that you rolled them in. So
10,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. So roll a d10,000. So I got 3, 1, 8.
I got 808. Bob.
0808.
I got Bob.
There you go.
Yeah, Bob, my guy.
Can you like Control F on this and just get to the number or no?
Yes.
Oh, that's
so nice.
So I got 3181. Whoop. Well, I mean, you can Control F on it, but
is it not like right there?
Is that not it right there? It's
there we go. Fuck. There we go. All right, 3181. The next person struck by caster's magic is also stricken blind and deaf.
That sucks.
I cast blindness on him. Cool. He's also deaf now.
He's permanently blind. This is all
permanent.
of these have
Oh,
unless a duration is given, you can roll on this duration table as well to determine when the wild magic ends.
He has married. What the fuck?
He has to get married in order for the effect to end on him.
You get to roll on a D100. Okay, cool.
It's the duration.
Or he has to wait until his next birthday, or he has to write his full name in 10 D10 different
Can
books.
women not?
Well, I don't know.
It's like the old timey he who be on this like
he who hath.
But they're also his. But
the royal he, the he that refers to any human, not any man.
Yes.
All right. So Dono got 808.
Yeah. So it'd be
0808.
Yeah.
Bob.
Bob.
Caster distrusts anyone who doesn't resemble him. So you become racist. That's what that is.
Listen, no, you become Cell, and you're just like, I am the most perfect being. Who the fuck are you, bitch?
True. That's true. Okay, how about you?
I got 6,461.
6461. All right. Target perceives all foliage to be on fire.
Oh no!
Oh my God.
Guys, I cast Fireball. What happened?
No, you just get a table and you get a cup and you just sip it and you're like, this is fine.
Yeah. This is fine, dog. Oh my god, I love it. So
Also,
I'll stop sharing that.
Can I ask, why is there not a dog race in D&D? What the fuck?
I know, right? Like people have tried to port over gnolls as a playable race, but even then, that's not like a true tainted race.
That's
right?
true. I feel like bugbear is a good answer for that, but yeah.
I also found that. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I was gonna make a dumb joke.
Oh, okay.
Oh, what was it?
Oh, I was gonna say I don't trust any of my players to be a dog race because I'm just gonna be hearing like Edward, Edward.
I usually could go variant human.
That's supposed to be a Full Metal Alchemist.
Actually, no, wait, no, wait.
It is.
There is a
It
dog
Full Metal
race.
Yeah.
It's oh, what are they called?
Yeah, they're greyhounds. They use like a fake rabbit and it goes around a track.
No, what?
Dog racing.
There's a dog species. Only it's like half dog, half human. It's the shifters.
Shifters aren't part dog though. Shifters
You can
are like
choose
part,
one that's
like,
part dog.
You can choose to be part dog, sure.
Yeah,
but
it
that's
made
not
it
like the
kinda
main
open
idea.
so you could be
of a
able to
shifter.
do that.
It's
though.
open ended. Yeah.
You have like
Can't you
dog
just do it
features.
When
and-
I imagine dog race,
It's light furry, it's not full.
The best example I ever saw was this person who
shifters
made,
are just vanilla furry.
this person who made a race called Canitors.
I literally just looked at that as I'm Googling this.
Yeah. So Canitors are this like if I guess if I can share my screen again.
Come on.
Canitors are basically this idea that like
yes,
you are half dog, half centaur.
Yes.
So you have a humanoid. So you
I have
have
one
your
of these
humanoid
in-
top half with humanoid arms, but then you also have 4 legs, like dog legs of whatever dog you pick.
I have one of these in Valmira, and you guys have met. Well, Dippy, you've met him, but yeah, where it was one of the first episodes that you were in, my guy.
One of the first episodes I was in, yeah.
Yes, because you guys went to the bar and there was a guy there.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie, I had.
The bartender, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, there was a whole quest connected to him, and I kept like showing bits of things between him, and he had a daughter that was a centaur, by the way.
Oh, Dippy, can you?
And you guys never even were just like, I wonder if that's a thing. Fucking.
Can I send you what?
The link for the list, by the way.
That was also my last NPC that I had fully planned out.
The 10,000 list.
Oh yeah. I can just send you the PDF because it's a free PDF.
Yeah. Also, I just want to point out, I tried looking up the Canitors, and it's also a pizza place in New Hampshire.
Oh, delightful.
Well, I'll be darned.
I'm gonna roll another D10,000.
Yeah, I also want to roll another D10,000.
2843. We're gonna do this for a minute.
Okay. Yeah, let's do this.
Share again, Dippy. Share again.
Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. All right. Sharing once again. All right. So what did you roll?
2843.
2843. Where is it? If Castor is wearing a magic ring, his fingernails grow 1d4 feet.
Feet?
Like actual feet or
Yes,
like
feet.
in length?
Like in length.
Oh.
Like feet long. Like his fingernails grow feet. No, God.
All right. I got 1176. 1176.
1176. Castor is immune to oil-based fire for 1d12 months.
That's awesome.
When is that
All
fucking
right.
relevant? But
6,
I guess alchemist fire.
8, 9, 6, 8, 9, 3.
6, 8, 9,
Alright.
3.
6, 8, 9.
6, 8, 9. Well,
Target's allies can't defend him in a fight.
Oh no.
That's awful. That's actually awful.
it's just like, I've got your back. No, fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, that's the one thing about this D10,000 list is that a lot of them are like, I don't want to have to deal with this. Too bad you have to. It's wild
Wait.
magic, motherfucker.
Hear me out. Like a D&D one shot where every character rolls on this table 3 times before it begins. And
Oh
that's
my
like
God.
and like they're like you are like the whole point of the one shot is you have gathered together because you've all been affected by really weird wild magic and you're trying to get it unresolved off you. So you're stuck with a character that has 3 of these on them the whole one shot.
So
I love that.
So Dippy, you remember the one shot that I did with you, Bailey and Stealthy,
Yes.
where you guys were all turning into cats? That just reminded me of that.
Yeah. And the awesome thing about this list is that there is one condition where nothing happens. If you roll 4 zeros, then the stars are right and nothing happens. But if you roll 3 zeros and a 1, 1d10 of your fingers turn to stone.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
And it's like there is one condition where nothing happens if you roll 4 zeros. And it's just like, yeah, it's fun. This is a very fun list to cast off of, but there are a lot of them.
I literally, as we're talking about this, just rolled 4 2s.
Are you serious?
I'm dead fucking serious.
2 2 2 2.
Yeah, 2 2 2 2.
I got
Caster's pockets are filled with live minnows.
Oh no!
I got 2562.
2560.
We have to move on from this.
We could make a whole episode out of rolling on this list. We could. Each morning, caster must make a save or earn the enmity of a monarch. What? What does enmity mean?
I have no
Hold on,
idea.
I've got to look up the word enmity.
I think that's like enemy.
Enmity.
Caster's water skin is filled with mashed potatoes. Imagine this happened to Canna.
Caster's what?
Water skin is filled with mashed potatoes.
Ooh, Primal Goddess did one.
Oh,
Oh, Primal Goddess rolled. Primal Goddess rolled.
Oh,
What is 2319? Oh,
2319. I fucking Monsters Inc.
Enmity. Enmity is positive, active, and typically mutual hatred or ill will.
Oh no.
Oh God.
All right, we got to look up 2319 and then we'll finish up with that.
Are you serious? 2319. All right, 2319. Caster's spellbook can't be harmed or altered by any mortal means. See, so some of these are really cool. Some of these are really beneficial. But if the
spellbook has a handle and can be used as a +1 shield, that's awesome.
That's really cool.
Really cool.
It's really cool. Yes. If the wild magic affects someone who isn't a caster, though, then I imagine that it's just ruled dead, or that you have to roll again until you get something that can affect you specifically.
I would rule it that, like, if it's not your spell book, then it's like, do you have a book on you? No. Then the next book you touch.
Real quick.
The next book you touch.
We got to do 626.
626. Oh, yeah.
626.
Yep.
Yeah.
Caster can't open any door that opens towards him. So if it's a pull door, he can't open it. But if it's a push door, he. That's
that's great. See, I feel like this will be a really fun one shot.
Yeah.
Right.
This might be a Dapper D's episode.
Can I make I make it a bit spicier? Okay. We all get to start with 3 points of inspiration. Every time we use an inspiration, we have to roll on the table.
Oh man!
Also here for that.
So you start with 3. So you start with 3,
and you can
have
add
inspiration.
You can add
that
more.
You can add more.
Yeah.
For each inspiration point you use.
Yes, and so we just constantly get something that goes
Dono,
on.
you just gave me a fucking amazing idea for when Inquisition enters the Feywild.
Oh god.
Oh shit.
Wait. Oh god. How did I not know that was gonna be a thing? Oh
What?
my god.
I knew we were going to the Feywild. Absolutely, we are.
I didn't think about it. I wonder what it looks like.
So, actually, speaking of Inquisition, I had this idea, and I have mentally fully scrapped this idea. This is not something I want to do, so I feel comfortable talking about it now.
Okay, sure.
Right when this campaign started, and you talked about, like, oh, if you save up, like, inspiration points, maybe we can do cool things with them. I instantly was like, I'm going to save inspiration points until, like, I have enough, whatever, like, Dippy rules will be enough, I'm going to drop my boat off at Tesla's, and it's going to get wheels, and it's going to become a land vehicle, too.
You mean
I
like
have
the wagon that you guys are literally riding in?
Kind of like the wagon in the crossroads. Yeah.
I have scrapped this idea because just like a character Zog would never do that to his boat. He would just like, I think about it a lot. He would be like, no, I don't.
No,
I'm
yeah,
a sea
that's
guy.
fair.
Like, I don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
That being
I
said,
do like
if we
that
ever
idea,
do get
though.
a land vehicle, Zog is fully gonna be like, I'm the captain of it. This too. I have sailed
Mine.
these rocks.
Oh my god.
So last episode of Inquisition was absolute fucking chaos on my end because
Yeah, can we talk about that?
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
can we do like a mini talk back of this
yeah,
shit?
sure.
Just a miniature one because
we can talk about the episode itself, and we can also talk about the fucking Murphy's Law
Ye-
of the
so-
fucking episode.
Okay, so
Everyth-
here is including but not limited to the list of things that went quote unquote wrong with that episode, right?
Mhm.
It
Yeah.
was late, first and foremost, it was late by about 30-45 minutes.
Mhm.
Like there's no getting around that. It was late. But it was late because of a very specific thing that happened to Dono, which I will let him explain.
Yeah. Power outage. I had power outage, no Wi-Fi. Yeah, and my brother-in-law was being absolutely fucking lazy about getting the power back on because he had full power of it, and it was just like, nah, I don't want to fucking do it. Piece of shit.
And like Michigan in general was affected by a giant ice storm, which knocked that power out in the first place. Streamlabs OBS was being fucky wucky with me, and it was getting to the point where I thought we weren't going to be able to stream at all until I fixed it in literally 5 seconds with a different method instead of trying to be stubborn with the method I was already trying. Then after I got that fixed, Dono had stepped away to take care of the kids, and none of us could reach him at all, which also contributed to us being late by about 30 or 45 minutes.
Yeah, it's all right.
Which that's fine. And then during the course of the episode, we had somebody who possibly suffered a mini stroke who had to step away for the kids again, somebody who was changed over from their phone to their computer, somebody who had not prepared we had D&D Beyond fail on us, so we didn't
D&D
have
Beyond
character sheets.
failed for 4 of us.
Yeah, we had the first half of the show where we had no character sheets at all
In combat.
in combat. As much fun as that episode was, it was such a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
It was.
But-
And like,
By the
Zoe-
way, the poetic justice of like Sundial taking out the bear trap with the one attack that he gets to do is great because that just feeds into Sundial's ego, which he has a massive one of it. He's just like, oh, I can just take care of things.
Yeah. Well, actually, here's a question. Like, how do I?
No, you
I
can
don't
ask.
No, I know I can't. There are times I'm just gonna. All right, full me for a second. There are times I try my best to like not sound like I'm fanboying over my friends, but fuck, my friends are worth fanboying over. As like a player I look up to in your creativity and whatnot, does Sundial, like, you play Sundial in such a way that it's like so hard to tell, like, does he even have an ego, or is he just always proven right? Like, you know what I mean? Like you haven't had a moment where his ego has been stealing the vote. Besides that.
I think of, okay, so I'm playing him as if he is a child genius and is just figuring it out.
Okay.
So
okay.
Because he has such a high intelligence but low wisdom, that he's just like, oh, this is just gonna work, and fucking does it anyway. But
and
like
most of the time it does.
But he's like a doctor with no bedside manner. He's just gonna fucking do it, and you're gonna be grateful that he did. Yeah. But not like it's just. No, I've always played him just like, oh, this is what I need to do. Does it. And like he sees the problem, sees the answer, because it's like investigation. He wants to know what the like answer to everything is. If he can figure it out on his own, let's just fucking do it. I'm not gonna give it a second. Like, why wait?
Yeah. No, I love it.
He doesn't understand
absolutely love it.
being gentle about something. You know? But no, it was a good moment with Sundial having that moment of just like, what the fuck am I?
Yeah.
That in the game, and you just being like, you're Sundial. And that
I'm very happy about that.
Yeah. Now, what can I ask? Was that like your first thought that came to mind when you were doing that?
So my first that was very much like, God, I don't want to be too like fucking, I don't know. I can get
cheesy,
really preachy about how much I love tabletop games. That I don't feel like was me. That was the dice telling a story. That one, I rolled really. If I rolled a nat 20 on history check, I would have sat there and been, "Oh, you're a plasmoid. I know this because I met one back in the day," and like that would have been a very different scene. But because I rolled so low on my history check, the only thing Zog knew was that you were Sundial. That's literally the only information he had in his brain.
That was such a fucking
because
great
the dice
moment.
roll.
I loved that moment a lot.
I do too.
Like
yeah.
that's like fucking quotable. You could put that on its own shirt if you wanted to. Like
I could, yeah.
What am I? You're a sundial. Like
so yeah, that was 100% the dice telling the story, not me. Which I'm very happy. That's why I love tabletop. That's why I don't just sit here by myself and write. That's why I play with y'all, and I love to see the other stories unfold around me. I love that the dice tell a story sometimes, and
of course they
do. Can I just say? Sorry, no, you're.
I was gonna say my last little tidbit is, and like anyone who is trying to play D&D and wants to play D&D, it's a really good moment to remember that bad dice rolls aren't always bad.
Yes.
If I didn't roll poorly, we wouldn't have had that awesome moment.
Fail forward.
So, fail forward.
One thing that I have about that
real quick, Dippy, when you put me on the spot of just like what's Sundial's last words, I'm like, fuck. That was like a whole thing that I hadn't I'd been thinking about the whole scene and everything that was going on. I didn't think about Sundial's last words, and then in the moment I'm just like, he's so curious. It's like, yeah, of course. It's like I had so much more to learn. Like his curiosity drives him.
When a character dies, even if they're brought immediately back,
they're dead.
Or they're dead. You know, your last words make an impact.
Yeah.
One thing that I will say, and I don't know if this is ever going to come up, so I'm going to keep it kind of half spoiler free, and half like, you know, I still want you to find out about this, so I'm not going to say too much.
Yeah.
You know, depending on your character's last words, there is a chance, a very, very small chance, but there is a chance that your last words have a permanent impact on the magic of the world.
I love that.
I cannot say what you have to say for that to happen because it is totally dependent on your character, on the situation, on how they died, on everything.
Zog's last words are going to be, I should have went to Starbucks now.
Should have went to Fantasy Starbucks. I could have had a V8. Just the pop.
I could have had a V8. That's why I got scurvy.
Yeah, exactly.
The one hit is like the
That's the last. Yeah.
I could have had a V8. Dead. Oh, did I make you roll on the 0 health points injuries table, Dono?
I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure the cracked orb would count.
I'm pretty sure that. Yeah.
I can roll on it.
Like, I can look.
Let me roll. Let me roll.
It's a D100.
Yeah. Okay.
I was also like, if Sundial didn't come back, like actually that's something we could talk about really quick. If I couldn't revive Sundial, my mini thing that was going to happen with Zog was that he was probably going to have his last tattoo of his arm of everyone on his boat be another Sundial tattoo and probably stop ferrying. Probably be like I'm dead serious. Like still keep his boat and whatnot, but like stop ferrying people of like, I don't have my favorite traveler, so I don't want any. Like
oh my god.
And it was the same idea of Merc. Merc was going to go a completely different direction if Rock's character died. Which I can't lie, I've always had it in the back of my head of like, if we ever do like an alternate universe fucking one shot, Merc, what the fuck, Tommy. If Tommy died, was gonna go like full on like, all right, it's my mission to kill the primals. They made me just for me to hurt. I don't like that. And like he was gonna spend his life trying to kill the primals.
Oh my god.
Fuck, bro. Oh my god. Right.
Yeah, that was like that was my mindset if Rock's character died.
If you had handed me that would have been like a whole different fucking campaign this time around.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like if that had happened, I would have had Merc be Not like, and he would have been a
Like a
great fucking
BBG.
villain.
It would have been a
I-
BBG.
Look, it still can happen.
I know. No, like, okay. So what? While you're talking about Merc and Tommy, you and Raquel need to decide whether or not you guys had kids.
We did it. We've already decided that. No.
I know,
Yeah,
but
we
like
already
she's told me, but like, did you guys adopt?
No.
No.
No. Merc and Tommy never had kids. We never adopt. We've already talked about that. Tommy was very much, I don't want kids, and Merc's like, I have my dojo. I'm training kids. I got my kids. I'm good. Like,
yeah, that's something that she was telling me about. Is just like, no, I think that Tommy would eventually get to the point where she would feel like she's adopting the kids at the dojo as well. So we just have like 30 kids, but not actually, you know.
Yeah. So no, me and Rock talked at length about that.
Okay, good. All right, so I have that figured out then. Oh God, there's things that I have planned for this campaign, you guys, and I love it.
Yeah. But yeah, Merc fully, I'm gonna kill the primals, which like I think would be really fun to like
See.
What do you guys think of the new villain that I introduced?
Big fan.
Big fan.
Oh my fucking God. 12 doing everything he can. Just be like, why are you doing this? And him just, because I wanna kill people. Like, okay. Like,
He's just
fine.
a fucking annoying little shit. Like,
He is quite so something that you might notice with the different villains and stuff like that is that there are the different layers of evil. Like there's chaotic evil, there's neutral evil, and then there's just lawful evil that you'll see within this. And then there's just chaos that hits. And I've put like something that I've done is that a lot of the like main or people that you'll meet around the way are different levels of like the different alignments, and they show it very deeply within their characteristics.
Is that why the dude I met in my session 0 was racist?
It wasn't racist.
Excuse you?
He called me one of the good elves.
Oh my God.
To be fair, to be fully fair, Dono and I sat down for this session 0, just like one-on-one D&D. He's blitzed out of his mind, and I am hammered. And we're like, yeah, let's do
Can I
this.
just say though,
God.
that was the most in-depth I've ever gone. And like how the best DMing I think I've ever done in that moment.
You killed it.
I know.
I remember it was just me. I'm just standing there by myself, like, this is really cool. Like I felt like a kid at story time. Like
It was. That's like the one thing that I take
My
from it is that
session
like
zero-
like if I get absolutely blitz and I go to do like D&D, I am so good because I've just like stopped thinking about having a crowd. I'm just like, this is the story. This is my description. Let's go.
Yeah.
I wish I had recorded that.
See, my session 0 was more like, hey, your girlfriend really likes you, and then I got fucking betrayed. And then the fucking
I went
betrayal.
through more than, well, I mean,
You did go
like,
through
the
more than
first
that, but
interaction,
there was a heavy emphasis
There was
on,
a heavy
hey,
interaction
your
because,
girlfriend
well, you
really
hadn't
likes
really
you.
given me a ton
I
at that
had
point
not.
in time.
Well,
And so
because
I
I
was working
didn't
with
give you
what
a
I
ton with
could.
Farron either, and you made
Yeah.
it work brilliantly. Like
So I did what I could with what I got. And you guys also got like an extra second 0 together.
yes, we did
We
do
had
another
our
session 0 with
like
the two of us.
together. We had our together session 0, which was
incredible, by the way. Loved
It was
that
so much
session.
fun. It was just fun playing a kid. Like, I'll be real. It was fun just being like, I'm gonna be 8 years old again. Like,
Well, I think you guys were like 12 and 11 or something at the time.
I'm always
something like that.
I love the whole
never-
thing that we didn't like know what your actual name was, and so we didn't. So we just said redacted.
We just we did not know the name for that.
Yeah.
God. Some of the
There's
other,
never going to be a chance where we learn 12's original name, is there?
Uh,
I mean, if I have something to fucking do about it, there will be.
Yeah.
but for right now, I'm playing it as it's Lost to the Stars. So
Yeah.
For now.
Which I don't know if you have something in mind, or you're one day gonna be like, hey, what do you want 12's original name to be?
to me,
because-
it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Right.
Because I have
Yeah.
I already have in my brain 12's future name, like the name that actually he sticks with. I already have that in my head. I mean,
By the
when
way,
people
if people notice that, like, for those watching that watch Crossroads and that we watch this, I will always call that like people's character names, like their characters' names, unless I'm hiding something. Even if you guys choose that you change your name until it has become a like
Obvious
depending
to the
on
party.
not like well depending on not like the situation, like 12 is 12, whether he's called Abnir, whether he's called anything else, until he
He's
gets
12.
that removed, he is 12.
Yeah.
Which
yeah.
I mean, I've sent Dono, I mean, at this point, I have sent Dono probably like, I'd say 45 minutes worth of just Snapchat videos of me pacing around my house being like, oh, I think 12 should do this. And then, how do you feel about this? And what about that part?
Which I need to like have you write some of that stuff down.
I can. I absolutely.
Okay, cool. Dope. But as well, like Canna's growth has been really well, I believe, within this last like few bits with getting the cursed tongue.
Oh yeah.
I 100% like you have grown a lot as Canna because you start, and honestly, last session fucking beautiful. It was a great show of communication. Like
because like there was a bit in the session before the last one. Me, another player, and Dono had to stick around for like 30 fucking minutes after the end of the session previously. Because it was like, Jesus Christ, something has got to change, and something's got to change soon.
And
of what happened.
And it was like the same thing that happened with Inquisitions when we first were starting and stuff like that. We had that moment where we were in character fighting, and you became very concerned of just like, are we okay? And that was exactly what kind of was happening within. It was the group was either going to break or make it at this point in time.
It was
and we were at
trouble.
like a freaking like powder keg at the moment, and you guys diffused it really well. And I think you've grown a lot.
It is amazing how much like the beginnings of a D&D campaign turns into like, the best way to describe it is like a bunch of 15-year-olds like testing boundaries, like you know what I mean? Of like a lot of people just being like, how far can I go, how far can I go, like which is why session zeros are important, like, which is why like
but I have this whole thing where like every time I watch a D&D or listen to a D&D campaign, I always try and see if they do like actual human dynamic instead of just being like, oh, we're a party. Now we're together and we agree on everything. And instead of just being like, no, my character has this whole thing. I'm perfectly fine with the rogue that's going to be like, oh, I'm going to brood a little bit. And like, okay, now I'm going to go in the back with some of these other players and just be like, hey, I'm going to challenge you to do this. I want you to talk to that person. I want you to break their shell. Like, your character's like this. I'm going to give you this.
Candy by Dimension 20 is phenomenal with that. Crown of Candy is really good at like, everyone feels very human. Like everyone feels like I don't know. I don't want to spoil anything, but and Donna will know what I'm talking about, and anyone who else has seen Crown of Candy. When they bring in, oh shit, how do I even word this? When they bring in the other character, towards the middle, that ends like that really fucking puts a pike in the party. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah. I know.
It's really fucking. It is a it is an absolute master case of having a party that is antagonistic towards each other and still working really fucking well. Like,
it's when
Dippy,
you have that like.
I just gave Dippy my dropout login.
Oh my god, Dippy, you have to watch it.
To be fair, Sam Reich fucking Netflix tweeted about their like password sharing, how that's all stopping and whatnot. Sam Reich retweeted that and was like, you should share your dropout password with a friend because that sounds nice.
He even did a video, and like they've been making videos like, okay, this is how you can save on dropout even better.
Yes, they've been doing a lot of shit right now. Fucking dropout, give us a promo code.
That gets into
and
like,
maybe
give us a promo code.
Maybe 12 of us won't be using the same fucking dropout accounts.
Right. So that kind of leads into this like weird topic in and of itself. Like companies like streaming companies are either really mean or they make a lot of like, they're either really mean or they're really broke. You can't have both. Like, and there are some people who want to be like on the moral high ground and say, oh, we're never going to implement a policy like this because they want to be like, aha, uppercut to the guy who made the poor decision.
Yep.
And then later down the road, they look at that and they go,
we need money.
We need the money. We still need the money from the subscriptions, from the advertisers, from whatever it is that we need the money from. I swear, if there's going to be a point where people are going to look at Netflix's password sharing debacle, and other companies are going to do the same thing. And it's like Netflix got ahead of the curve and they started a trend, and everybody, and like, it's not going to stop with Netflix. It's not, because something that I recently got with my family was YouTube TV. So YouTube TV has a very similar thing that they have to do.
My wife just gave me a present.
Oh, what's that?
Their LED D&D dice.
Oh, wow. Oh my God. LED dice? Wow.
Your wife did that for you?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
One of those.
Yeah. She's been very gift-givey lately, and I appreciate it a lot.
Yeah, Dippy, you're absolutely right, though. Like, what's going on? Like, Twitter, pay for a blue check mark. Fucking Facebook's doing that now. Like,
yeah, fucking Instagram is doing it too. Or they said they wanted to do it.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know if they have actually done it yet. But it's just, it's one of those things that you're like, people are belly aching about something that they have no experience with.
Yes.
Like, people are complaining about, like, if people had to run a business like Netflix, or run a streaming service like Netflix or Dropout or Hulu or whatever, they don't until they understand where the money comes from. Ooh, nice. Until they understand where their money comes from, when they're running something like that, or the measures that they have to take in order to make sure that they're making a living because they're dedicating all of their time to doing this, it's just something that you complain about because you literally have no, like, reference point of it. Like, and there's no, I don't disagree with Netflix and what they want to do on a certain level. A certain level. Like, Netflix has to make money from their subscriptions, and if that means, and sharing passwords means there are less subscriptions.
Yes.
Not making multiple profiles on a Netflix account for, like, the same family watching Netflix in the same house. That's what they're not doing.
Yep.
It's like, if you give your Netflix account to somebody on the other side of the world just so they don't have to pay for Netflix, it's, it's something that is totally understandable to me, and I wanted to tell somebody about it, and why not?
No, absolutely. It's business. Bottom line, we live in America. It's business. Like, with that said, and I know we are rearing up towards the end. We're at just shy of the 2-hour mark. I do want to pitch y'all one last dumb question.
Oh boy.
ANI streaming service. You have to pitch a TV show for it. What is your ANI TV show pitch?
Oh,
God. Like, we make the Adventures and Initiative streaming service.
Yes.
What is Dippy's show on the streaming service?
Oh boy. That is an excellent question, because I'm not entirely sure what I would do.
Dono, did you hear the question? I know you're doing things. Okay, no, Dono's not with us.
I would say what I would love to do is an idea for a show that I had to begin with, and it's totally unrelated to, like, ANI and all this other stuff.
Oh yeah,
this show is just something that I thought about that I really want to do in the future. It's like, this is like my $1 million idea, right?
Okay.
I will give you the absolute basic synopsis so that nobody else takes this idea and, like, runs away with it. Every object, every single object in the world, like this pen, has a meaningful story tied to it in one way or another. I want to unlock those stories. So the pitch idea is that the show is called This Is ...
Yeah.
And each episode revolves around one object. For example, let's say like just for the one that I always come
I have
back
a better
to.
name for it.
What is it?
Down the rabbit hole.
Huh?
Down the rabbit hole.
Down the rabbit hole?
Eh.
Kind of.
Because you're doing
You'll
a
see
deep
what I mean.
dive of things.
You'll see what I mean.
Oh,
So the room,
oh.
and I always envision a perfectly white room with a pedestal, either a pedestal in the center, or if the object is big enough, there's no pedestal required, just something to hold the object in the center of the room.
Okay.
And coming out from this object are threads, lines that go to different parts of the room. And as the episode continues, the room fills with illustrations, animatics, graphics, text, articles, all tied to the object in the center of the room. And like the heavy visual effects style of like these clips playing on the walls, and like you like cut to like the raw versions of the clips and the interviews with the people who know the stuff about the object.
I love that. And
by the end of the episode, all of those threads come back into the object in the center of the room, and it ends with this is like what do I fucking say? This is Ronald Reagan's pen, or this is John Lennon's pair of glasses, or like,
I love this idea.
And it's not just like the historical significance, like these were the glasses that he was wearing when he was shot. No.
Yeah.
It's also like, who made the glasses? What company made the glasses? You know, what process went into making these glasses? Whether it was a cheap process or an expensive process, you know, you get to learn everything about an object in the span of an hour.
This is so it's not this I'm not saying like, oh, this is pinpoint another show. This is very original and I love it. This is similar to Mike Rowe from Dirty Jobs made a show called 6 Degrees. Have you heard of this?
No.
Yes, and it's 6 degrees of separation for a person.
No,
right, or between objects and
like,
people.
Yeah, like it's how like, oh, Civil War soldiers produced this show, mousetraps cure hangovers, stuff like that.
Yes.
Like 6 degrees of this led to this, led to this, led to this. Like,
yeah. 6 degrees of separation is a slightly different version of what I'm imagining.
It's like a more specific version. It's very it's very microscope of what you're thinking.
Instead of point A to point B, it's point A is the central hub of a many spoked wheel that all of these objects come off of. Like this pencil, this pencil was used by Abraham Lincoln. It was made by Ticonderoga. It signed this document, which did this. It was, you know, that document was an important aspect of this event, or like, and this pencil, like, and the materials that came from this pencil that went into this pencil were taken from this place. And you get a general overview of how that object is made as well. Like, you know, like the closest idealized show version that kind of already exists about this is the Eyewitness. Like Dorling Kinder's Eyewitness books and the subsequent show that came from those books, the Eyewitness show. And it was just like Eyewitness Animals or Eyewitness Volcanoes, you know, those shows. The very highly hyper-focused educational shows, but instead of like a general like topic, the topic is one object.
Yeah.
This is one of the 4 wheels that was on Jimmy Johnson's Daytona 500 winning car. Like, you know, like that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
That would be my show.
All right, Dono, you got one.
I don't know. Fuck, man, I'm not good at shows. I'm not good.
You've got to have like this dream concept of like, what do you want people to like know about? What do you want to tell people about? Like, do you want to tell a story? And if it is a story, is it a totally made up one or is it a real one?
Hey, I had this idea for like a comic book thing, where it would be kind of like, what is it called? You know, Riverdale. It'd be kind of like the Riverdale comics. But instead, basically, it'd be stories from like me growing up and like the different shit that I went through with my friends and like, because I dealt with a lot of mental shit and like learned a lot about like mental health when I was growing up. because of all the bullshit that I was dealing with. And so I want to take like snippets of the moments that like I learned things or like had deep interaction, but instead make it like, you know, I'm obsessed with D&D and like fantasy and shit like that. But like make it fantasy, and instead of like focusing on not the battle portion of what fantasy is, which people usually romanticize, it's the oh, people are still fucking dealing with this even as not like these massive characters and shit like that. It's just like, oh, why is like that like maybe somebody is just like, oh, why is not like Paladin so fucking sad and shit like that. It's like, well, you're the rogue, you're usually brooding, why are you always sad? Like, well, I've lost a lot of people. It's like maybe he is dealing with a loss.
I love the idea of using fantasy tropes, and for one, subverting them. For two, using them as a gateway to like as kind of an easy walk into harder conversations. Like it's a fucking love that.
Yeah, it's not to help. Oh, like
yeah.
Okay, but yeah, I had that whole thing. So yeah.
I love that. My quick pitches, like if we're just talking TV shows, I think I've talked about it before, that I've sent a script out a couple times for a show, like a pilot for a show I've written, of two roommates that never see each other because they work different shifts, like one's night shift, one day shift, and they both lose their job in the same day, and they have to like figure out how the fuck to like actually live together, just as like a silly little pitch. But like the D&D related, like the ANI streaming
they
service,
start a podcast.
They probably do. That's probably an episode.
Like they just start doing like stupid stuff. It's just like, I didn't know that you were like this kind of thing. Or like they try and make a business.
The whole premise of the show, or the whole like spark idea of the show, was when I worked days at the power plant. So like me and night shift would never see each other. And I would constantly try to think of games I could play with night shift. Like we had an ongoing tic-tac-toe board between day and night shift that would take like a week to play one game of tic-tac-toe. So like I'd go into work the next day and they added theirs and back and forth and shit like that. That like the D&D, the ANI related show, I have always had this idea of like we'll call it like long rest or something like that, and it's a cooking competition where like part of it is like, hey, we have this very open field. Some of the shit we put in there, you're not like you'll find a package of chicken in there, but also like this field grows like strawberries and blueberries and stuff like that, and like sage is in the back corner, and we have like a little mint plant, and it's a cooking competition that you have to go gather your own ingredients.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. So we're up to two. This is going to be a long episode because we still have the Dapper draft.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Draft. Okay, the Dapper draft. Okay, hold on. I need to set up for the Dapper draft.
This will probably be the last thing of the day because
it will be. We also have our media pick of the week, or our media pick of the month.
Media pick of the month. Oh shit! All right, I gotta think about that. I totally forgot that was a.
What are the bands that I've discovered this week?
Oh no, I don't. I totally don't have to think about that. A new album just dropped today. I can talk about.
Oh, perfect. All right.
It's a weird.
So. I think I have it set up right now. I just have to Oh shit.
Oh, wait. I've gotten myself back into listening to Frank Sinatra.
Okay. Dude, save it.
What?
Okay, we're gonna do the Dapper draft first.
Oh no, this is my media pick of the week.
Are we doing media pick of the week first, or the Dapper draft first?
Right now?
I mean, you just did yours.
Yeah, let's do the media. I have it set up, so yeah, let's do the media pick of the week.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, okay, media. So before we do, okay, so we're doing. Okay. Hold on, pause. Media pick of the week. What is it? This is a fairly new thing that we're doing. We did it last podcast, and I think we're going to do this at the end of every podcast. So the media pick of the month, really, unless we start doing it for every episode. Probably not. So the media pick of the month. Something in the past month that has come out, a movie, a show, an album, what have you, as long as it came out of the media department.
God, what did I go
that you 100% recommend to anyone. Doesn't have to be a new thing, doesn't necessarily have to be a new thing. It just has to be something you experienced for the first time in the last month. So
first time, damn it.
Well, I mean, you said
first time in forever.
You don't have to be first. I can go real quick.
Yeah, go.
So if anyone is part of this like new wave of pop punk that's going on, then you know about the band State Champs. State Champs. are fucking amazing. They just dropped a lo-fi album. They just dropped a album that's just covers of all their music's done in lo-fi. It's really good.
Okay, what is the album?
That reminds me of Bring Me the Horizon doing like the heavy dubstep album.
Yes. So the album is called Everyone But You Lo-Fi. It is with State Champs, and actually, let me look at the producers. Let me make sure I can give everybody credit here. State Champs, Mick, and Less Gravity all worked on this album. It's really good. If you like lo-fi, if you're not a lo-fi fan, obviously you won't enjoy it.
Everybody But You Lo-Fi. I just see 3 tracks here.
It's really good.
This one with the 3 tracks is the one?
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yep.
I will give that a listen. For me, oh gosh, what's something that I watched for the first time this month? Let me look at because I'm sure that I have something on my Letterboxd that I would love to talk about.
Oh, we should follow each other on Letterboxd.
I'm not on Letterboxd. What the fuck's Letterboxd?
It's like a
wow. I only have 2 things on my Letterboxd this month. Well, I guess that means that my media pick of the month is the 1985 version of Clue.
It's so good.
So I thought about this movie again recently, and I had never watched it up until this month. Stars
Really?
Tim Curry and Christopher Lloyd and all these other like wonderful actors. Not exactly A-list for their time or even today. But the cast is so good. Paul Rudd is not in the 1985 Clue.
No, he's in 1995. Sorry.
He's in the 1995 Clue. Yeah. So, but Tim Curry, Christopher Lloyd, and all these other wonderful actors reenacting a game of Clue, the board game, in like a more realistic type setting, but it's so filled with cornball humor and like all this funny shit that all ties back into the board game itself. I highly recommend it. And there are 3 endings.
Yes.
And they play all 3 endings back to back to back. And it's such a fun story.
Is there
taking a board game and making a fun story with it?
Is there
instead of like perfectly reenacting the board game? I love it. Is
there like a stage play of Clue?
I don't think
so. I feel like there would be.
I think there's like live dinner theater of it. I don't know where, but I'm pretty sure there's like live dinner theater.
Clue stage play.
Oh, no.
Oh, Broadway licensing for Clue.
Oh, fuck.
Broadway licensing for Clue on stage. There is a high school edition. Hey, there's a high school edition of it too. License this show non-professional.
We should do that one day. We should just
licensing request.
Just grab a random play and just like read it out.
Lowest ticket price, highest ticket price, venue address.
Just like dry read it. Try and do our best.
I also I need something to do with my hands while I podcast, and I've been rolling 4d4 this entire episode until I get 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh man. The required production package for this title will include the following materials.
Oh wait, I could now. Okay, cool. It's here.
Wow,
okay.
Really?
All right.
Like this is like a whole ass thing. Okay, never mind. Let's ignore this one.
Dono, what's your Wick of the Peak?
Wick of the Peak.
So
Wick of the Peak.
This month I did a lot of just like the same thing or like rewatching some old school shit. Not like getting connected to some of my like old habits and whatnot, and I started listening to Frank Sinatra again, and I forgot how fucking beautiful it is. And then I remembered that the lead singer of Fall Out Boy is like trained jazz.
Yes.
And so I was just like, I wonder if I can sing because I like singing jazz. I'm really good at it, and I have a decently good voice for it.
Add it to the list of Donald's jobs. Jazz.
And I was just like, if he can sing, like I wonder if I can tell how he sings, towards jazz and everything. And I realized that at the beginning of Fallout Boy, he was very much a jazz singer, but with his newer albums, he hits more into that church gospel jazz.
Yeah, no, Fall Out Boy is very gospel
inspired. Yeah, and it's just like, and I started like looking at that with my own vocals, and I started working at it, and I'm like, oh shit, I could probably hit this. No, or do something similar with my own vocals. So I hate that it took me this long, and I should have done it in high school because I would have been fucking famous as shit. And if I had realized that jazz was gonna not be better for me than doing punk rock or whatever. But the new album from Fall Out Boy is fucking fantastic.
So good.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see them in July for my birthday.
I'm trying to go see
two albums. Two albums and a movie for you to enjoy.
Me and another ANI member are talking about trying to go see Fall Out Boy together.
Oh, fun. We love it.
I mean,
so
tickets are
now. To close out this episode, everybody, welcome back once again to the Dapper Draft.
The Dapper Draft.
It was the Dapper Draft.
We love
it. You saved that one for Halloween.
Oh yeah. So this month,
smash.
We started talking about this at the beginning of the episode, and we're going to end talking about it at the end of the episode. It's the 1 year anniversary
Pokemon
show. Fucking Pokemon. All right, you got to pick 6 Pokemon. No. All right. So
easy.
The Dapper
Garbodor.
So Garbodor. Oh God. Okay.
All right, I'll stop interrupting.
So the Dapper Draft this month is pretty simple. You are scheduling a watch party for you and 3 of your friends. What are your 5 Dapper D's episodes that you are picking for that watch party?
Oh, gee, we're ranking. Oh, Jesus. Okay.
It doesn't have to be. This isn't like the best ones or the worst ones. You know, it's just what Dapper D's episodes are you marathoning with 3 of your friends?
Where are Jesus Christ? I'm gonna have to fucking go in the Discord and find the thing that you did.
Hold on.
I will provide. I can provide a link to the playlist which has them all on it.
Oh, I'll just go to the playlist. I can
go to the Dapper D's playlist. Yeah. Now there are some, and we will. Oh God, we will get into this in a future episode, a very near future episode, which I did say at the top of the show that at the bottom of the show we were going to talk about what the next episode is going to be. So we'll do that after this draft. But let's roll to see the order we're going in whilst we are all pulling up the main big playlist of each episode. And as of right now, we have 46 episodes to choose from. So let's say that we're going to do 5 instead of 6.
Yeah, no, 5. 5 is fair.
So 15 episodes from the Dapper D's episode library will be picked today. And I got a 6, so I'm probably going last.
I got a 4.
I'm not going last. I'm going first. Oh my God.
All right. So Dippy Dono Dadley.
Dono Dadley in that order. All right. This pen, I hate this pen so much. I hate it so much.
Maybe you'll like it
more. I love it. All right. So my number 1 pick is not even a question. I think you're going to take mine, and I'm going to always recommended. I have always recommended this episode to people when I want them to start watching the Dapper D's. It's What in the Wordle 1. Okay. Like the first What in the Wordle.
Okay.
Because that episode was discovering the dynamic that I had with you two for the first time in a setting where it was something that I had wanted to do, and I brought it forth to you, and Dono was zonked out of his mind, and he hated doing Wordle clones, and we were riffing so much with him on that. And it's one of the most viewed episodes too. I think it is. I think it's been viewed like 30 something times. But yeah, 32 times on the original What in the Wordle. So it is always my go-to pick. I will always pick that episode for somebody to watch if they want to start watching the Dapper D's. So Dono just licked something. I have no idea what. Are you rolling something on stream?
Fucking hide it.
What are you? What was that? Dono.
Oh, sweet summer child.
What the hell, Dono?
Dono!
We're in the
could've
middle of
just,
a
like,
thing right
leaned
now.
To the side.
You could have leaned. You could have like turned your camera off. You could have leaned to the side.
So many things.
And yet, no, you had to go like below your camera, at the bottom of your camera line.
Listen, I don't care. But
All right. Well,
You're
Dono,
next, buddy,
you're-
Dono.
yeah, you're on
the
next.
KFC
Putting together-
episode, 100%. KFC
All right.
episode.
There are two of them, so which one are you taking? The
first
or
one.
the second? All right.
It's so raw. It's so
I
good.
love
We're so
you,
fucking
Colonel
horny.
Sanders, number 1. All right. And Dadley?
I have one, but I don't think people are gonna take it from me. So
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the first Rise of the Oberdin.
The Return of Oberdin, episode 1?
Yeah. I just love love that series in a whole. Yeah.
I know. I love that series too. It's absolutely one of my favorites. Well, if we're going, I think we've done it in like the
And then I go
zigzag
again.
pattern.
Yeah.
I think we've done it in the zigzag pattern a lot.
Every time. Yeah.
We've done it every time.
Do you want to mix it up?
I was going to say we'll continue tradition and we'll just keep
Okay.
doing it that way. But I had a thought that we could do it in just like we go back to the beginning again. Like, and we do like Dippy Dono Dadley order
That's
again.
up to you. I don't care.
Instead of
It's up
reverse
to you.
order. We'll do it the same. We'll do it zigzag
Okay.
style still. So you can go
Alright.
again, Dadley.
Then right at my number 2 spot, I'm gonna go. You know what? I'll be selfish. I'll be a little conceited, and I don't care. I'm gonna go with You Awaken in a Strange Place.
Yeah.
The energy in that was so much
My
fun.
booty. Oh no.
Oh, that's what you're worried about?
My ass.
You Awaken in a Strange Place is a great introduction to your style of games too.
Yes.
Like
Mhm.
It is very much like if I'm ever need to tell somebody of like, hey, this is what I do, that's what I'm showing.
Yeah.
Like
I loved
Mhm.
playing in that episode too. So I am highly jealous that you were able to secure that one. Dono, your number 2 pick.
Smash or Pass Pokemon.
yeah.
The first one. You can't beat the classics.
Nope.
Like the first episode is so iconic.
Mhm.
The first
Right.
episode is one that my friends have said they have enjoyed watching when I introduced them to the Dapper Ds and various other outlets like VR chat and stuff.
Mhm.
For me, for my second pick, God, you took episode 1. You took episode 1. I'm gonna take episode 3 of Oberdin.
Okay.
Oberdin
Yeah,
episode
the
3
finale.
is the one where we really started pulling our shit together and figuring out the rest of the
See,
story.
Dude, the first 2 episodes are like, oh my god, we're gonna be like goofy detective, and the third episode is
It's
very much like,
we
no, we're
buckled
fucking
down
Sherlock
and we're
Holmes right now.
actually doing it. Yeah, we
We're
buckled
doing
down
it.
and we're
I'm
actually doing it.
it.
Yeah,
All right.
and for my number 3 pick, man, I wish I could take the whole series of this as my number 3 pick because all of them are so good. But my favorite of the ones of these that we have done was the first tier list episode.
Okay.
The tier list bonanza, I believe I called it on the channel. I'll just call it tier list 1. Because tier lists was a thing that we had thought about doing, and when we finally did it for the first time, we got so heated over the candy
we did.
list.
You
We got
fucking,
so
yeah.
heated over the candy list, I swear. Oh, it was so good. I loved it. I loved that episode. I loved
Mhm.
recording it. Dono,
Yes.
Fuck.
number 3 pick.
God, what do I want to choose? I keep thinking of the ones that like I freaking ran, but then
That's
oh,
okay.
I know.
It's perfectly
I
fine.
literally picked one I ran for the
I
second
Yeah,
time.
know.
All of my choices so far have been either episodes that we all came to a consensus that we were doing or episodes that I came up with. So I'm the worst offender on this right now.
I can't think right now. So bad. Then Little Gator Game, like the demo. I feel like that was such
Okay.
a beautiful
The demo episode?
the demo episode. It was so beautiful, and just like by the end of it, it was just raw. Like, oh fuck.
It was, yeah. And it's also one that's cutting your watch party down significantly, which can be a good thing.
Yeah.
All right, Dadley, your number 3 and your number 4.
My number 3 is probably, if I'm being real, my favorite episode that we've recorded. And I wasn't even going to count this, but it's part of the Dapper D's playlist on YouTube, so I'm snagging it. I'm going the Fall Initiative Roundtable. That was so much fun sitting down with all the DMs for the Fall Initiative. I got to play like a little bit of game show host of just like very much like leading conversation. So it was a lot of fun for me being around just all those brilliant people. The Fall Initiative Roundtable is so great.
You have made a sleeper round surprise pick that shocked the world, Deadly. That's a great pick.
Yes.
And subsequently, you got to follow it up with a great number 4.
Yeah, no, number 4, I'm going with, again, one that I think we learned a lot about ourselves and each other. I'm going with the absurd trolley problems. That was another one. We got really heated. It was a lot of fun to record. I want more trolley problems. I would love to do a part 2 to that.
Well, there's not really a way to do a part 2 the way that we did our first part, was because the first part was a specialized website.
Yes, it was.
That we went through all of the problems on that website. There is a game called Absurd Trolley Problems Incorporated.
Yes.
That has like streaming functions within it, and it has a lot more ethical dilemmas in it than just the trolley problems that we could do for an episode if we wanted to follow up.
Very not against that.
It is I would have to look into it and see what we think. Dono,
yes,
your number 4, please.
Some things that we've done. I'm trying to remember everything that we've done. We've done so much.
Granted, all of the podcast episodes are up for grabs too. If there's a podcast that you particularly liked,
I can't lie, they all blur together for me.
Yeah,
that's fair. There are a couple of the specials, like the comedy special and the Christmas special, that stick out to me a little bit better than some of the other podcasts.
Oh fuck, man! I have such bad memory. Let me look at our. I need to actually look at our episode list.
Yeah, go to the playlist and take a look, see if you want. I'm surprised that you haven't picked one very specific set of videos that I really honestly thought you would pick.
Where's my Dapper? Where's the Dapper D's? Oh, here it is.
Yep.
I don't want to play them.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Did I do the I Love You, Colonel Sanders already?
Yeah, you said I Love You, Colonel Sanders 1 is your number 1
part
pick.
1. You can do part 2.
No. I will not.
Got a
Two Truths and a Lie.
Okay.
That was one of my favorites because part of me was just like, I'm gonna surprise every single one of them because you guys have told me everything.
Every time. Yeah. That was a great episode for you specifically. That was a very great episode, I think. Oh man. Now I have my number 4 and my number 5.
Yes.
We are approaching like killing darlings here is what we're approaching, because there are a lot of great episodes I could pick from that are left. Oh man. We kind of had that period at the beginning of our channel, at the beginning of the show rather, where a lot of our first episodes were really good episodes. I will continue with that tradition. My number 4 pick will be Will You Press the Button? I liked playing Will You Press the Button with you guys because there was a lot of approaching the questions in ways that I hadn't thought of approaching them. And it's one of those things that like I'm surprised we haven't done it again.
Yeah. We should go back to it at some point.
Yeah.
And my last pick,
we do need a part 2 of that.
Honestly, my last pick is the last episode we've done so far, which is Smash Pass Villagers.
Oh, okay.
And I know it's a very recent pick. It's a very recent example.
It's a good pick.
Solid pick.
I had so much fun recording that episode last week. It was
so excited to do part 2.
Fun. I cannot wait for part 2.
Same.
So I've got to secure that one on my list here, which leaves Dono and Dadley's 5th picks. Dono, what's your last one?
I'm gonna do taking the 16 personalities test with you guys.
16 personalities.
That was mine.
Very good snipe there at the end. 16 personalities. I see the 16 personalities thing.
Damn it! I should have done that one.
If the format of the 16 personalities test was a little bit different, I would have picked 16 personalities a little earlier on my list. Because the way that we ended up doing the 16 personalities test, like we were all individually taking our test and giving our own answers. A small part of me wants to go back and take the 16 personalities test as like the collective. We are the Dapper D hive mind of the three of us. What is our collective personality going to come
Dono
to?
D. Dankins.
Dono D. Dankins' personality. Yeah,
that's gonna be like if we have if we can put in a character name for something. That's it.
Oh yeah.
What's up, bud? I don't know
where your phone. So there's 5 for me and Dono. Bring it home, Dadley. What's your 5th pick?
I'm gonna be selfish again and go Dapper Weed and Kids on Brooms Part 2.
That was gonna be my I was about to be like, man, I should have chosen Kids on Brooms.
Kids on Brooms 2 was very fun.
Especially
Part 2.
Yes. Part 2. Part 1 was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun running that because I got to like text my players the entire time. Well, sorry, Dippy.
I was about to say a couple of your players.
But to be in fairness, Dippy completely broke a mechanic I had in mind because the original idea was like, oh, you guys have time to set up traps. Here's what you're going to do. For every trap you want to build, we're going to add 2 to the DC. And like it's gonna be like a risk reward of the more traps you do, maybe it's gonna like maybe you won't succeed the roll. And instead, Dippy rolled ahead of time and was just like, cool, I can build 6 traps. And I'm like, you know what? Fine. Yeah, that's valid.
Yeah, because
by the time the big bad came, there was like a smorgasbord of Home Alone shit going on. I'm like, he's fine. I have nothing to do. Like
I don't know if that was made clear to me after you ran that or not, but that's hilarious that was how I broke it.
It was supposed to be like a risk reward game, and instead Dippy's like, no, I can do 6 things. And I'm like, yes, you can. Your character sheet says that. The dice say you can do that. You can do that.
Because of like the
job.
The character stuff that I had picked. I was like, if I fail on this, then I get adversity points, and I'm using my adversity points. And I'm like,
oh yeah,
great.
That's right.
Let me just do that.
Yeah.
I loved my little stoner Australian boy.
Oh god, I loved him so much.
The concept that he just kept getting hands in his bag.
I loved my
it's just, it was like the thing isn't to like freak out. It's just like okay. Put it away.
I loved playing Duncan in Kids on Brooms, and I loved even more that Dono kept calling Duncan Dunny, which is an Australian slang term for a toilet. So it was just like, buddy, I love you, but please stop calling me that. We didn't.
I'll throw this out now because like they have recently changed their mind on it. We've talked about doing a Kids on Brooms like Christmas special, and I really wanted Zoe in that. I mean. Just total transparency. Zoe's one of my favorite players in the world. Zoe is fucking amazing.
Understandably.
Zoe wanted to play the same character from the Halloween special for the Christmas special that stuck up Brat. And I'm like, oh, this would be so fucking funny. And then they're like, no, I want to play somebody on the nice list. I'm like, damn it.
All right. Yeah, that's fair.
So that's the Dapper Draft.
And that's the Dapper Draft. So my watch party. My watch party, and it's not necessarily in this order, but like, you know, it's preferably in this order because of the number 1 pick, the number 2 pick. Like this is the most to the least. I have What in the Wordle 1, Oberdin 3, the tier list 1, Will You Press the Button, and Smash and Pass Villagers 1. Dono, I have yours if you want me to just read it.
Read it.
I Love You, Colonel Sanders 1, Smash or Pass Pokemon, Little Gator Game demo, 2 truths and a lie, and 16 personalities, which is a great fucking list.
I honestly think Dono has the best list.
It's a wide spread. And Dadley.
Yeah, I got Return to the Overdin 1, You Awaken in a Strange Place, the Fall Initiative Roundtable, which I think is the best pick, and I wish I saw it for my number 1. Absurd Charlie Problems, and Kids on Brooms Part 2.
Hey, you were able to get it on your list regardless.
Yes.
And all of these lists are great examples of what we see out of the Dapper Ds. Like I see bringing my friends together to do something that introducing them to something that I like to do and hopefully making it so that they like doing that thing as well. And most of the time it works. Like Oberdin, tier list, what in the Wordle. Dono's list is a lot of early bangers and just generalized fun between all 3 of us.
Oh yeah.
Some of my favorite
Pokemon. I love you, Colonel
Sanders.
Yeah, great like memory makers were
and
in
I
those
got the
episodes.
tabletops.
And you had like our love of tabletops and games in general, you know?
Yes.
Like Absurd Trolley Problems is the one that sticks out on your list, but it's still a great example of like the gamesmanship that we have.
Yes, absolutely.
And that'll conclude this episode of the Dapper Draft. We love you so much. Thank you so much for watching the Dapper Draft. The Dapper Draft. I just opened a thing on the recording and it's fucking it all up.
You
fucked
it up.
And
now
that's the
you
end
fucked
of
up.
Now you fucked up. You fucked up now. All right, and that's
I
the end of
love
my
the latest
recording.
kids, you know.
All right, y'all.
Advice.
All right, I think it's time for advice. Yeah.
It's time for life advice and
Advice.
what the next episode is going to be. So we'll do
Oh.
advice.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who wants to go first?
Don't be afraid to get nostalgic every once in a while. Fucking understand that you were a different person at one point in time and you can enjoy fucking things that you used to enjoy.
I was gonna say fucking something right along those lines, Dono. I was gonna say, remember that the person that who you were made the choices to get you to make you the person who you are today. Don't
I love that.
Don't regret your past choices. Look back on them and laugh at the horrible shit that your past self did to make you who you are today. Because one day your future self will look back on you today and laugh.
I'm just gonna say read. Like I know that y'all said some really impactful shit. Books are great. Books don't get enough credit.
I
Read a book.
That has definitely been a piece of life advice in the past.
Go fuck a book.
Still holds true. Go
Read
fuck
a
a book.
Go fuck a book.
Drill
They
a
need
hole
it.
in a book.
If you want fuckable books, I have recommendations.
Can I just
50
say,
Shades of Grey is not one of them.
okay, last session of Curse of Strahd and Coffee was just like smut.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was
Was
so.
it really?
It was
Is it on
so.
YouTube?
Yeah, no, it's not. No,
Oh.
It's
Strahd and
on-
Coffee has never
It's
been
on
YouTube.
Twitch. Yeah, it's
God
a
damn
stream
it!
only. But you can watch it. It's on our stream list thing. But literally, there's like a whole like probably 30 minutes to an hour where Raquel is meeting with Strahd, and it's just schmutty in our comic set.
Wow.
Like it's just like, ooh, grab his longsword. It's like fucking what the hell?
Jesus.
I gotta go. No.
I need to go do another thing. Boys. This episode, we bring to an end the first year of the Dapper Ds on Twitch. Next week, though, we celebrate the first year of the Dapper Ds in the only way that we could possibly think how. We're speedrunning season 1.
We're speedrunning season 1. We're going.
You
back
are
to
going
every
to
topic.
see. You are going to see a majority of the topics that we covered in season 1 done as quickly as possible.
Can I just say, and this is like self-criticism on all of us for a brief moment. We have so many ideas. Why don't we keep going back to the old ones? We need to like clean slate. Like after this episode,
That's
we need
the
to clean
point of the
slate this
next
shit.
episode.
Yeah.
The point of the next episode is we are going to do all kinds of new shit.
We're gonna
in
hit the
new
horse
year.
for the last time and fucking get done with.
This horse, we're gonna retire the horse. We're gonna hang up the
And
hat
finally
in this
start like
final
chipping at our
episode,
list of shit that we have.
and we're gonna do all kinds of new shit next year. Now we're not gonna get rid of some of the higher concept stuff that we love to do. We love doing tier lists, but like but the old hand stuff. We've done trilogies of some of this stuff. We've done duologies of some of this stuff. We're gonna drop it all in the next episode. The Dapper speedrun.
The Dapper speedrun.
And if we get through the first part of the Dapper speedrun quick enough, we have something planned for the second half of the episode as well.
We will see.
But we will have to see how the Dapper speedrun in and of itself goes as an episode.
Ugh.
So, I hope you're ready, because I am, for the next episode. This is going to be one hell of a ride. So until then, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, your adventure matters.
Roll for your initiative.
And stay Dapper!
Bye! Bye!